Barnes Restaurant is celebrating 50 years of serving Savannah, offering these delicious, money-saving takeout specials.
20-piece hand-breaded chicken finger basket for only $19.75. 12 pieces fried or rotisserie chicken for only $19.75. And feed a large group quick with our 50-piece fried or rotisserie chicken for just $50.
Call ahead for faster service or order online at barnesrestaurant.com.
Good evening. Welcome to the Barnes Restaurant pregame show. Barnes celebrating 50 years of service in Savannah as we get ready for a big one in Perry. The state fair just ended this week, Christian, and football season just getting started as we come down the home stretch. Of course, BC clinched a playoff spot last week. Tonight, a chance to clinch another thing, or as you told Danny Britton, another check in the check mark of goals for the season, and that will be you can clinch a region championship if you win tonight. If you lose, well, things get interesting at that point. So we'll get to that as we carry on throughout the pregame show, but wanted to set the stage here on what is a beautiful night in Perry, Georgia. Temperatures when we're done going to be down in the 50s. Excellent weather for football tonight, and a chance for Benedictine to come home a region champion if they can put up one more point than the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, you said it. One more point than the Panthers, and you get rid of any question marks. 1 point less than the Panthers, and you open up Pandora's box as to what could happen in the region.
Big time. Big time. Again, before we get going here on the Barnes pregame show, had some questions. Nope, unfortunately, we cannot do the video tonight. We were told we're unable to do that due to some other broadcast rights blockage. I will have the radio call for you coming up here of this one, so we appreciate you listening. And again, I'll say, hey, we got a better job than some other options out there, but I'll leave it at that. But Christian, basically, we were talking to Jack Collin tonight, and as you said, the goals in front win, and that's the easy thing. You win, you're at home. Region champs, you got a home games, a couple rounds in the playoffs. You lose, this is where it gets interesting. So last week, the tiebreaker is points allowed. So you gave up 21 to Ware. Perry gave up 21 to Ware, or Ware gave up 21 to you.
Yeah.
Perry gave up 21 to Ware, and somehow that's the most you can give up. And you just
it counts against you,
you just quit counting.
Yes.
So basically tonight is if you lose and don't give up 15 points, you still have a chance to be the 2 seed. If you lose and you give up more than 15 points, then BC goes to the 3 seed, which would be an unbelievable 3 seed for somebody to have to play. But it means obviously you would have to go on the road. Correct. And you would match up with Region 8, which is going to be up towards the Metro Atlanta area, maybe even more towards Athens. And that way, I think he said right now you would play East Side if it were to end tonight. And Eastside lost to North Oconee, who is undefeated and one of the best teams in this 4A classification by a point. So tough draw, but I think BC would be a tough draw, 3 seed. Bottom line, Christian, let's forget about all that and just win the game. You do that, You're at home in Savannah for a couple of rounds, and you're region champs.
You said it right there. The way BC's offense is clicking, I think if you fail to give up 15 points, then you're going to win regardless. And so I think it's kind of it cancels each other out. If you lose this game, like we said, you're probably going to end up as the 3 seed. Again, I just don't see BC losing a game but not giving up 15 points. It just doesn't work out in my head. So just get rid of any kind of question marks, go out there, take care of business. But very talented Perry team, and this is what happens when a region is so top-heavy the way that this region is. Again, you didn't know what was going to happen 3 or 4 years ago when this region got put together, where Wayne County was a very good football team. New Hampstead had a very good football team that had made some playoff runs. You didn't know that it's necessarily going to be this top heavy where, again, potential, what depends on what happens tonight. You're going to have 3 teams with 1 region loss. Somebody's got to be the 3 seed. That could be Benedictine. So just one of those crazy things with Georgia high school rules. And I know next year that'll be a little bit different where they're going to power rank the teams, and the 8 region champs will be the top 8 seeds, and then from there doing some power rankings. But the way things stand now, it's all based on your performance in your region as to where you are seated. And I know for Benedictine, that's some extra motivation. And you always ask the coaches, hey, is this stuff you communicate with your players, or you just kind of try to take that off of their plate and just have them focus on their job in front of them? Like, oh, no, we're telling them. Like, we want them to know what's at stake. We want them to take this seriously. And I don't think that was going to be a question for this game. It's Benedictine Perry. They understand what Perry is. BC won the state championship in 2021 and 2022. Perry won a state championship in 2023. So these are 2 programs that are very used to winning. And last year, Kevin, I think it was there's a couple of pivotal moments. Obviously, Stephen Cannon going down in the Ware County game completely changed things in terms of what your expectations were for the offense. All of a sudden, though, a dude named Amari Burst comes on the scene, has a great game at Wayne County, and then comes home the next week, and in a game where people are like, without Stephen Cannon, we saw what happened in the second half against Ware County. I think Perry's going to roll over him. Benedictine went blow for blow with Perry, and I think if you go back and watch that tape, Benedictine left 6 or 7 chances on the field where they could have won that game.
Couple crucial
handily.
mistakes.
Yeah. So I think BC motivating factors, A, win the region with a win tonight, but B, you're wanting to get your get back for what happened to you in Savannah last year. So I expect a hyper-focused Benedictine team that has their goals set and within eyesight right now.
Yeah, and again, this is a big transition from last week, Christian. Last week, it was knife through butter.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it was hot butter. I think it was, it might have been a spoon.
I think it was ghee. I think it was ghee.
Melted butter. But yeah, I mean, it was obviously a total mismatch from the jump.
Yeah.
Now you got to turn around and gear up and be ready to play four quarters. Stephen Cannon had 6 touchdowns in the first half. If you get that tonight, I think everybody would be striking. Not that he's not a great player, but it's like you're just the level of competition has come way up. So you go really from one extreme to the other tonight. Where do you see BC really having to grab momentum early? Obviously, you're on the road. Should be a huge crowd here in Perry. Where do you grab the momentum first in this football game?
Well, let me say it to you this way. If I am the Perry coaches, I'm attacking Benedictine secondary expeditiously. And I know you hear that and you think, okay, cool, they're throwing the football deep. I don't think it's that. I think crossing routes, drag routes, tight ends leaking into the flat are things to watch out for. Perry uses the H-back. Danny Britt talked about it. They're going to run split back and split zones, which for those of you watching at home, you have a running back behind you. You run him to the right. The whole offensive line moves to the right. You leave the defensive end by himself, and the tight end comes back across and whams that guy. So they have those guys in there. All of a sudden, you do that 3 or 4 times. That defensive end gets tired of getting whammed, tries to skirt down the line, and then you leak that tight end into the flat. You have to have eye discipline from your secondary. When you're playing teams like Warner Robins and like Wayne that have 3 or 4 plays that they can run, it's easy to get lax with your eye discipline. And Danny Britt said that after the Warner Robins game. The steps weren't there from his secondary and the eyes weren't there. He said it got a lot better against Wayne, but again, Wayne did not test you.
You're coming straight down.
Yeah, Wayne did not test you. So if I'm Perry, I am taking BC east and west, trying to stress out those defenders. And then again, if you get the eyes on the flats, that's when you can start hitting some stuff over the top. So for BC, I think the secondary needs to come out locked in. But what makes a secondary's job a whole lot easier is when you have a front 7 like they do. Cam Cody, LaDamian Guyton, and the co. Just getting pressure on the quarterback, I think, would be huge. Talk about the things that travel, defense travels.
Yeah, that front 7 has been really, really good. And we've seen guys in the last couple of weeks really take step forwards. Jaden Houston has come into the fold. And I say that not to disrespect anybody else. I mean, we already know what some of those other guys can do. And so you kind of look, the Isaac Scott has had I would say a quiet season, but that's only because look who you're playing next to, but he has been really, really good. Gavin Smith has been really, really good. We talk about Cam Cody because he's usually the first there. You look when you're at the ball games, Gavin Smith and Isaac Scott they're getting home a lot on their assignments, and they are causing a lot of disruption. Of course, Larson Little, you know what he can do, but I feel like Isaac Scott, Jaden Houston really stepping forward, and that front 7 has been incredible. Especially since everybody knows, hey, we got to stay away from Guyton on the edge, and we got to do everything we can to keep these front 3 guys off of us. And, you're going to get double teams, sometimes triple teamed in the middle, and it's been a tough assignment every week.
Yeah, and one of the cool things I think just about the modern age of the internet is fans, I think, are a little bit more informed about the game of football than they have been in the past. And so they kind of understand schemes and different formations and fronts a little bit more. But I think kind of lost in all of that is your players have to make plays, and you can scheme something up, but if your guy doesn't get there and make the tackle, it doesn't matter what you put on the whiteboard. What do you say, Jimmy's and Joe's over X's and O's? That's what it comes down to a lot. And with BC's front 7, you know who the top 2 Jimmys are. It's Cam Cody and LaDamian Guyton. Those are the guys you have to pay attention to. You can only double team so many people. Cam Cody's going to get 2, probably 3 guys, just like starting with a chip, and then a guy's going to work his way off, and then 2 guys are going to be responsible for Cam Cody. And the same kind of thing with Guyton, where a tackle is going to be responsible for him, and they're either going to leave a tight end or a running back over there to chip him as well. What does that mean? That means Isaac Scott and Gavin Smith have to make plays. You get a one-on-one chance, you have to make a play. When you're having guys double and triple teamed, that means your linebackers are going to have alleys to run through. You have to go out there and make that play. So your guys who are the younger guys, sophomores, juniors, they've stepped up for you a ton this year. They have to keep stepping up. And nights like tonight are what you build through the whole season for. It's the reason you play Colquitt, you play Camden, you invite Buford down into your stadium, and so you can get those reps against those guys. So now when it's all the chips are on the table tonight against a team like Perry, you're ready and you have the experience there. These guys are seasoned vets now, and like I said, you need them to make plays.
It's the Barnes Restaurant pregame show here on Watch BC Sports. They turned the lights out on us. Now it looks like we're in a dungeon.
We are
over here, but we are high
Welcome
atop
to Kevin's basement.
Yeah, we are. Yes, we are in my basement, calling the action here tonight. And again, on the Barnes Restaurant pregame show, celebrating 50 years of service in Savannah. Get all those great 50-year anniversary deals ahead of college football tomorrow for your next tailgate. We're coming right back here on Watch BC Sports.
Dead or alive, we want your car. No matter the condition, running smooth or barely rolling, Cash In Carry in Savannah will buy it right off the road. Visit us now, get your instant offer, and turn that ride into cash today. We buy cars, any condition.
As the world's largest lifestyle retailer of recreational boats and yachts, MarineMax is dedicated to connecting people with life-changing experiences on the water. More than just a boat retailer, MarineMax offers a complete range of services. 3518 Old Tybee Road, Thunderbolt, and online at marinemax.com. Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at JVD Attorney. Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings is one of Savannah's most popular. Could be the New York style pizza, or the pasta, or sandwiches, or wings. Whatever you choose, Cool Vibes has their own unique style. Check them out at 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah.
Welcome back here to the Barnes Restaurant pregame show. Kevin and Christian here with you as we count you down towards BC and Perry. Again, for those just joining us, unfortunately, no video tonight other than what you see right here.
And we know these are the last faces you want to see.
We are breaking some screens tonight, if that's for sure. But we look at this one tonight, Perry, coming in, obviously a tough one against Ware last week. And that's how you kind of set up where we're at, where you win tonight. Ware's playing Warner Robins. Ware can secure some things tonight with a win there. And obviously, Perry still trying their playoff fight here as well. So a lot on the line for both teams. And as you look around the region, again, an interesting one. Don't get me wrong, but you say it's Wayne and New Hampstead. You go, oh, come on. If Wayne wins after beating Warner Robins, the Yellow Jackets are in the playoffs. So there's playoffs. And if New Hampstead wins, it creates some scenarios because New Hampstead lost to Warner Robins. So then you could have a potential three-way or two-way situation tiebreaker for fourth. So a lot on the line here this week, all around the region. And of course, first and foremost with BC, a win, and you are region champs and are going to host a couple of home games.
100%. And something we're going to talk about when we come back from a break because they are starting the national anthem.
So we'll come right back here on the Barnes pregame show and watch BC Sports.
Barnes Restaurant is celebrating 50 years of serving Savannah, offering these delicious, money-saving takeout specials.
20-piece hand-breaded chicken finger basket for only $19.75. 12 pieces fried or rotisserie chicken for only $19.75. And feed a large group quick with our 50-piece fried or rotisserie chicken for just $50.
Call ahead for faster service or order online at barnesrestaurant.com.
Plan your hunting getaway and escape to experience the beauty of Mossy Pond. Our diverse property right here in Pierce County allows you to enjoy various types of hunts, including plantation-style quail, hog, pheasant, and flooded timber-style duck hunts, all within 24 hours. At the center of it all, experience scenic, rustic, beautiful, and inviting amenities like luxury lodging, our first-class pro shop, fine dining, and the perfect event space. Book now and see why Mossy Pond Lodge is Georgia's premier hunting paradise.
Welcome to Sandnat Golf Carts, where luxury meets quality. We offer a wide selection of top-notch custom golf carts to suit your every need. With our extensive inventory, you're sure to find the ride of your dreams. Plus, our flexible financing options make it easier than ever to drive one off the lot today. Whether you're cruising the neighborhood or joyriding with the family, Sandnat Golf Carts is here to provide exceptional service every step of the way. Visit us today to elevate your ride.
Oh, I did the Collinsworth slide in there from the national anthem. The national anthem kind of caught us, but welcome back here on the Barnes Restaurant pregame show. I don't know if I did it as gracefully as he would have.
I don't think that was a slide. I think it was a fall.
Okay.
The Thomas fall.
Gravity got me into it, but let's look at BC tonight. Who are you looking forward to kind of having a game tonight, a focal point? Last week it was everybody. Kind of got the ball and made things happen. Where are you looking there offensively for some guys to stand out?
I'm going to start on the outside. I think the wide receivers, watch out for Josh Washington, Bubba Frazier, Aaron Mallard, those guys going out there making plays. I think Perry is a team that feels like they have the athletes to run with them. So I think early what you see from Perry is they load the box and say, hey, we're not going to let Stanley Smart and Stephen Cannon beat us with their legs and challenge this BC offensive line. I think BC is going to have to win some one-on-ones on the outside early. If they're able to do that, then you soften them up, force them to go to a cover two, kind of take some people out of the box, and then Stanley Smart can start eating. But that relies on, we talked about the defense making plays, and I trust these guys to do that, but that counts on Frazier, Washington, and Mallard going out there and making plays, and Bennett Conaway, who has become a weapon for this offense.
I was going to say, I want to feel like you go to A.J. Phillips and Danny Brink, go, what's going on, man? Tight end's part of the package now. Is it? They've kind of put that in the last couple of years, but yeah, Bennett's done a great job.
High school football, you can listen to all the coaches and they'll all tell you we have a scheme, we have something that we run. This is what we're going to do. It's in our lifeblood. It's in our bones. Don't care. We're going to run this scheme. If you are a player that can make plays, they are going to find a way to get you into the scheme. So they've got a tight end who can go out there and make plays. They're going to make that happen. I remember, I'm not going to say which coach, but you and I both covered their games for a long time too. And we run the football. That's what we do. We run. They beat a team with a really good quarterback in the playoffs. Hey, we run the football. That's why we won. After the game, no interviews, off the record. By that quarterback, I threw it 60 times a game. So it's if you have the players, you're going to find a way to get them in. And Bennett Conaway is certainly becoming a player.
Yeah, certainly does. And again, I'm excited to see kind of his part of the offense continue to evolve. And you talk about the receiving core and having to cover 1, 2, 3 guys. And I've always said that's what makes BC's scheme kind of unique, is because you're 4 wide, maybe with a tight end now. Sure. Most teams don't have enough corners to cover those guys. Right. And then you go flex bone. So that means I got to be bigger to stop the run and get to the edge. You don't have enough guys to cover those guys. And so you may have a corner. You might even have 2 if you're a really good program. Most teams don't have 3 or 4 guys that can cover space at the high school level. Maybe guys that down the road might be better, but I think that's where the offense creates so many mismatches when it's all said and done, is that you have so many guys that you have to account for. It's like, oh, we're going to double Bubba. Okay, fine. We'll throw it over here. We'll go this way, and you won't have enough playmakers to cover all these guys. And once you adjust for that, now Bubba's one-on-one, and we know who wins that one 99% of the time. So I think that is the beauty of the scheme. And now you just throw another guy in there that you have to account for. A lot of gray hairs on defensive 100%. Coordinators getting ready to stop this thing.
And I think this is what's so awesome about the fact that BC's staff has been together for so long. AJ Phillips has been calling plays for the cadets for so long. The support staff on the sideline, Coach Fogarty's back this year after some time in the SEC and Valdosta State. So you have guys who have been doing this for a long time. And what that gives you, along with a senior quarterback who is starting to really come into his own, you have the ability to get to the right place. So when you go out there in that 4 wide, AJ Phillips is up here, he can see where the win is, and you get that signal down to your guys, or through the headset to your guys, and then signal into your quarterback on the field. And a lot of times Stephen Cannon just kind of recognizes it by himself, whether through film study or just the run of play throughout the game. So BC, more often than not, they're not going to run a loser. They're very good at audibling to winners, and whatever Perry's able to present to them, they're going to have to find those winners. Now, what I'll say is this: you're playing 11 guys on the other side of the field. we talk about our guys having to go out there and make plays. That's what Perry's telling to their secondary right now is, hey, you got a chance against a Notre Dame commit and a Texas Tech commit to go out there and do something special. If you lock them down, I mean, how many defensive backs in the college football just had one good game against Calvin Johnson, and they're like, okay, we'll take a chance on that guy in the NFL draft. It's kind of the same thing. Hey, you go out there, lock Bubba Frazier up, coaches might start paying attention to you a little bit. So your players have to outplay their players. We can talk about scheme all we want to. Got to go out there and make plays tonight.
Also, one thing I totally forgot is, the quarterback can run too a little bit. So just adding those dynamics. So for Perry, again, we saw last year, they can go kind of multiple sets here. They've got a quarterback they feel good about, but not afraid to rotate guys in. So give you some multiple looks. So that is something that you have to account for. And again, I feel like last year you kind of saw a good read on it. We'll see how much they go back to some of those things. But I as much as Perry won the game, I feel like BC did some things. I think they had a bad snap that went like 40 yards back, gave a bad interception. Again, Omari's just second start there, but bad interception that ended up costing you some points there. And then you look back and say, well, we lost by just a couple of scores and we just handed it to them. So I think that is a motivating factor. And as you said, if you can lock down this Perry offense, Christian, I think when that defense wins, BC is so tough to beat. We've only seen one team really lay on them, and that was Buford. And, well, I mean, when you can rotate 26 guys on offense, it's like, oh, you couldn't handle those 5 stars? I mean,
no, 26 guys.
Yeah, just leaning on you all night, and that defense was wore out. So I was like, but outside of that, you have not seen a team just manhandle BC up front. And to me, it's one of those things where, like, you got to go into a lot of games if you're AJ Phillips going, okay, even if we are playing a Ware or a Perry, if we can put up a 24 spot, we should win most of the time given our defense and what we do.
100%. And I think the storyline of the year has been the lines of scrimmage on both sides of the football. Offensive line was a very big question mark in the first parts of the season, and I think it's just recency bias, but all of a sudden we're just like, oh, it's strength. Those guys are out there mauling people. It's a very recent development that happened. It was not the case for a while, but I think more play, more confidence, and we see it every year. I don't know why we keep forgetting that it happens, but guys who haven't played before all of a sudden get 6-7 games into the season, they look like different players, and I think Coach Fogarty's done an outstanding job with that unit, but the consistent factor for BC all year has been that defensive line. I mean, I think it was the first play against Camden. I was like, holy smokes. It's just the physicality and how violent they were at the point of attack. It doesn't matter if they're making the play or not. They were striking people, and that's just so impressive to see, and that's carried over throughout the entire season. The secondary was banged up. You lost both of your safeties early in the season, finally got those guys back, and then the linebackers, I think, have started to flow and find their rhythm as well. I mean, Lars Little's played a lot of football, but it's really his first season being the guy in that linebacker spot. Houston, I think, has stepped up and really has started to become a playmaker. And then Rasheed Jackson last week was unbelievable when he got in, and also had a huge hit on special teams. So just the more reps you see these guys, the better they're going to get. It's just now, can you travel on the road in a hostile environment and execute?
We're still waiting for the captains to emerge for the cadets. Come out for the pregame coin toss. We're counting down towards kickoff here on Watch BC Sports in the Barnes Restaurant pregame show.
As the world's largest lifestyle retailer of recreational boats and yachts, MarineMax is dedicated to connecting people with life-changing experiences on the water. More than just a boat retailer, MarineMax offers a complete range of services. 3518 Old Tybee Road, Thunderbolt, and online at marinemax.com.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Welcome back here, Barnes Restaurant pregame shows. We get you ready for Benedictine and Perry here on the road. Great crowd filing in here tonight. We await the captains there on the far side. Again, was 6 captains that are going to be that way for the rest of you voted on by the team. Benedictine wearing all white tonight. The white helmets, white tops, white pants with the maroon accents, and the black socks, what do you call it, accessories?
Why are you bringing up controversy?
Sorry,
Kevin?
I'm not bringing it up. But Perry going to be wearing gold or yellow, kind of a very New Hampstead color scheme, if you're familiar with that.
Iowa State.
With the maroon. On top of that, they got white pants and that yellow helmet as well with the maroon P on the side as their captains have come out. But, Christian, we are counting you down towards kickoff. If you're BC, you want the ball first?
I think you put your best foot forward, and we've seen that be your defense, and go out there. And that way, if something does happen in the first half where you just walk into a hornet's nest and they come out just guns blazing and get some points up on you, you know you're getting the football in the second half. So if you win that coin toss, I'm putting the defense out there first.
So we are counting you down towards kickoff. The captain's getting ready to make their way up the sideline. We will come back, get you ready for the opening kickoff right here from Perry here tonight. As again, we are not coming to you from my basement. We are high atop the I feel like we're stuck in the locker room, kind of what it looks like here. At the end of the day, we will come back. We'll have the audio broadcast for you tonight. Again, we were kicked off a video due to the home rights kicking us off. So unfortunately, we can't do that. But we are coming back with first pitch kickoff right after this. This is the Barnes Restaurant pregame show. There we go.
He's here to save us. We're getting out of here.
A little massage before the game. We were coming right back here. This is the Barnes Restaurant pregame show on Watch BC Sports.
Barnes Restaurant is celebrating 50 years of serving Savannah, offering these delicious, money-saving takeout specials.
20-piece hand-breaded chicken finger basket for only $19.75. 12 pieces fried or rotisserie chicken for only $19.75. And feed a large group quick with our 50-piece fried or rotisserie chicken for just $50.
Call ahead for faster service or order online at barnesrestaurant.com.
Want to make some extra cash just by sitting on your couch? At Cash and Carry in Savannah, Georgia, we buy any car, no matter the condition, and take it right off the road. Just visit the link, enter your car details, and get an instant offer. Cash and Carry, turning cars into cash without leaving your couch.
Welcome back here, Barnes pregame show as the captains are on the field. Again, BC in all white helmets, white tops, white pants with the maroon numbers. The coin toss going on right now as the Perry Panthers run onto the field. We'll try to see who wins this coin toss and what BC elects to do. They're talking to Stephen Cannon right now. I wonder if the cadets have won the toss. Let's see what they're just showing the coin and getting ready to do it. And let's see who he looks to. And he's talking to Perry. It would appear the Panthers have won the toss. They did, and they will defer to the second half. So BC going to get the ball offensively to start this football game, Christian. And again, a wonderful setting for some high school football. There's some places you go to around Georgia. This is another one. Great atmosphere for high school football tonight.
Yeah, I mean, one of the ones where you don't hesitate driving 3 hours to come watch a football game, and really excited. Great fan base here in Perry, 2023 state champs. They've packed out their stadium again. More people filing in here. I think we got youth night going on the field. So it's just high school football in America, man. It's awesome.
Just had the state fair end this week. You ever been to the state fair here in Perry?
I have not been to the one here in Perry, no.
I have not either. Apparently we're missing out, and we'll have to put that on our
We're working men, Kevin.
Our checklist. That's true. That is true. We got to squeeze it in to the schedule. BC will work left to right here to get things started as Perry will kick it off. And again, that means Stephen Cannon and company will be able to touch the football first. We're still waiting for the cadets to run on the field as the captains had to make their way back over there.
And I am curious, Kevin, how does Perry come out and attack this BC offense? So my prediction, I feel like they think they can go athlete for athlete with BC. I think you're going to see some guys in the box challenging BC on the perimeter.
Still waiting on the cadets to come out on the field. Not sure what they are waiting on.
We're moving.
There we go. I say you don't want to take too long. They're saying it's 28 seconds until the game's supposed to start. So cadets are running out across the way. And again, ready for a great night of football. Beautiful night here in Perry. You couldn't ask for better weather. Maybe high 60s right now. Christian going to be down
68,
going to be down in probably the low 50s by the time we're done. I think lows tonight in the 40s a little bit. So
Kevin's still in the short sleeves.
Yes, for now. Although I do have a mild breeze of what feels like 20 blowing me in the back here from the AC unit.
They're not messing around. They got one of those Motel 6 AC units kicking, and those things will get Arctic on you.
So if you hear the teeth chattering, that's why. because it's getting frosty and Arctic up here in the press box. But good to have you along. Thanks for listening along here with us tonight. Region championship on the line for the Cadets. A win here, and that's the simplest formula tonight. We did mention some other ones. We're going to try to speak quietly because the coach is in front. But if you lose, not doing that, and you give up less than 15, you can still have a home playoff game. So you're still in it for some things based on points. So bottom line, don't do that and win the football game. And we're going to have some more football there in Memorial Stadium when it's all said and done. Perry out on the field, getting ready to kick this football off. It will be their kicker high right to left, and it's going to chase Bubba back into the end zone. That was J.D. Arnett, the junior place kicker, and BC going to take this out here on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Stephen Cannon and company. Of course, the Texas Tech commit. Senior having a tremendous season, and Christian, I think he was, 7 for 9, over 150 yards passing, and accounted for 6 touchdowns. That's, from what they tell me, pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think he could have played any better in the 2 quarters of football he played against Wayne last week, and now hoping that momentum carries over today.
So Cadets will come out in a tight formation, twin receivers to the left. They'll put Conaway, the tight end, to the right, and Bunch Mallard, who they'll motion left to right. They'll toss it to Stanley, tail of that eye, off the left side. He gets out to the 25. A nice run on the toss sweep off the left side on first down, makes it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, just getting the drive started, staying ahead of the change right there. Toss sweep, getting behind your 2 wide receivers right there, and nice blocking on the perimeter by Josh Washington and Bubba Frazier.
Cadets will go. They'll put Conaway out wide here, so they got trips to the right this time as they work off the far hash. Stanley Smart offset of Stephen Cannon. They'll put Conaway in motion, giving them twins either side. Play action. Stephen lost the football, and it's going to have to fall on it. Still loose, and it goes out of bounds, and just never got a good grip on it. It goes out of bounds back at the 13-yard line, so big loss on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 17 here, it looks like, for BC.
Yeah, Stephen just trying to get the ball out quick there on a little screen to Conaway, and just as he brought the football back, it fell out of his hands behind him. Fortunate it rolled out of bounds because that would have set Perry up in very, very plus territory. But, Kevin, this is the time of the year where we talked about it. You go from 85 degrees to 65 degrees in about an hour, and that leads to moisture on the field. I wonder if that's what got Stephen Cannon there.
Just an unforced error. 4 wide to the formation, nobody in the backfield with Stephen. He'll give it straight ahead. This is going to be Mallard. He'll get out towards the 15. Just a, hey, let's see if we can pop one here on 3rd and long. It'll be 4th and about 15 after a gain of 2. And Cadets are going to ask Stephen Cannon to punt this football.
Yeah, basically like a sack there on 2nd down, and nothing will stop a drive like that. So now Stephen Cannon looking to flip the field here because this could be really strong territory here for Perry.
Perry will put Carswell back at about the BC 45. Cannon going to have his heels on the goal line, and he will get one off. A high line driving punt going to go out to the 45. It's low, it's on the ground. BC going to pick it up, and they're going to be tackled at the 48-yard line. Who got on that one, Christian? Somebody got down on the kick coverage. That was 32.
I think that's Stokes.
That was Chris Stokes with the recovery. So the Cadets, well, they flipped field position.
And it was a nuke there from Stephen Cannon. Great spiral, and just I think it kind of fooled the return man. He tried to run up on it late and just didn't quite get to the football. Kind of like you back there shagging field goals a little bit before the game. But, man, what a momentum play for BC.
It took a basketball bounce right up into the hands of Stokes. And he was like, "Ooh, look what I found." And then took off running and got about 3 more yards. And BC going to take over at their own 47 here, 1st and 10. So you're off your goal line now. Twins either side. They've got Stanley Smart offset to the left of Stephen Cannon, a 4-man front for the Panthers. And they'll motion a back out. That was actually Mallard. Cannon all kinds of time. Going to let it go over the middle. He's got Mallard in a foot race. It is incomplete. They had a man running step for step, ball underthrown slightly, and it was Reeves in coverage. They had him ISO'd on a linebacker there, Christian, and a good thought.
Yeah, great play design there. I think Steven just floated it a little bit. You got to trust Aaron to have the speed there to get underneath that one. Left it at about the 10-yard line. I think you could have put it in the end zone. He could have run under it. But nice job of that linebacker staying in phase, not interfering. And BC, I like it, though.
Because that's become the new in vogue play. Throw it short, have the receiver come back and just get the pass interference because you underthrew the football. Here's the snap. Steven going to give it left side. Bubba off the left tackle. Turns the corner, up the sideline, shoved out of bounds. And they're going to say he got to the 45 of Perry, so that'll bring up second down and about third down and 2, for BC here.
Another new look for BC. They kind of have Bubba in that Z-back spot and look for all the world here, and hand it to Stanley Smart. Instead, Bubba Frazier comes across the formation and takes the handoff. Now you have a big third down coming up.
Cadets go flex bone here. They'll give it straight ahead. Stanley Smart, and he will move. The pile keeps going, driving those legs inside the 40 down to the 39. That'll move the chains. BC Brothers moving the chains. First down, and you just give it to Stanley there, and he moves the pile.
Yeah, give that first down to the strength coach, Stephen Wright, because that was weight room right there.
So Cadets now moving in plus territory. Bring up a first down. Just over 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score. And we'll put 2 to the right side with an H-back Conaway over there. Now they'll motion Mallard across the formation, send him back, and counter back to the left with Stanley Smart. He's got some room off the left side. First down and more at the 25-20, and down to the 15 goes Stanley Smart. A big run on the real counter move. A lot of motion pregame or pre-snap there, and they counter back with Stanley Smart.
Yeah, Stanley Smart just getting behind Conaway, who crosses all the way across the line back to the left side and picks up 3 or 4 blocks. I mean, he's becoming a weapon in this offense, and a great job by Stanley getting behind him.
So Cannon will go under center, and Steven will play action. He'll roll out, look for the
wide
throwback.
Open man in the end zone.
Oh, he can't see him, and Steven's going to take a sack back. Oh, he didn't go down. He's still running, and now he'll take a sack back at the 20. Who did he miss there, Christian? I was trying to watch the play.
I think it was Josh Washington just by himself in the back of the end zone, and I just don't think Steven saw him. Maybe he wasn't part of the progression.
It's going to be second down and about 18 here for BC.
He had time.
So Cadets will put twins either side. Stanley Smart back in there to the right of Stephen Cannon. Second, and they got 22 up on the scoreboard. Doesn't quite look that long. Here's Stephen rolling right side. He'll tuck it, get inside the 20, 15, and run out of bounds at the 10. Got a lot of it back. And it'll bring up third down. They're going to say he put a toe out at the 12. And so it'll be third down and 8 here for the Cadets from the Perry 12-yard line.
Yeah, nice job there by Steven, though, just getting you back to a third and manageable, third and realistic here. So now you're looking, they're leaving 2 safeties high. Can you run one of those safeties off and bring one of your perimeter guys underneath them?
You got 5 wide in the formation here on third down. Empty backfield for Stephen Cannon. He'll look for the throwback underneath. It's caught. That's Josh Washington, just lost his footing. It'll be no gain. And fourth down from the left hash, and they're going to trot on the kick unit. And it looks like it's going to be Parker Lewis to try to cover the rest of this, Christian.
Yeah, that time you see the importance of why staying ahead of the chains is so big, especially with a team like Perry. Perry there just goes man coverage, cover too high. And that time the corner did a great job of getting underneath the block, forcing that screen back in. But a chance to get 3 points on the board here.
29-yard attempt for Parker Lewis off the left hash. Snap is good. Parker puts a foot into it. It's right through there and good. It's 3-0. Benedictine, we're coming right back here on Watch BC Sports.
Dead or alive, we want your car. No matter the condition, running smooth or barely rolling, Cash In Carry in Savannah will buy it right off the road. Visit us now, get your instant offer, and turn that ride into cash today. We buy cars, any condition.
Welcome back here. Cadets punt the football, get it immediately right back on the fumble. Go down, make a valiant drive, and get stalled out there at the end and kick a field goal. They lead it 3-0. It'll be John Brenton to kick it off for the Cadets. This is Cadets football presented by Cash and Carry, as they have done all season long. And we'll get our first look at this Cadet defense tonight, who has really played some tremendous football all season long. You talk about pretty much every game but the Buford game, and it has been domination in most phases for them. Here's the kick. It's going to be short. It's going to hit grass down there at the 15. It's still loose. Did the Cadets fall on it? They lost it out of bounds. Who was there? That was number 12. That was Ben Kleinpeter. Almost fell on it, and it skirted out of bounds. And
hey, Kevin, watch this. I think the white hat's got to come over here and talk to the umpire, because the umpire tried to throw for a kick out of bounds, but the kick landed short, and a BC player almost recovered it, but it rolled out of bounds. But because somebody touched it, that should be out of bounds where it rolled out. It should be out where it rolled out of bounds.
It looks like that's what they're going to
Okay.
do. Yeah. Klein Peter lost it at the 14.
I mean, John Britton just pulled out the 8-iron with a little backspin on it and stuck it at about the 10, and BC almost got it.
Just how you draw it up. This will be, is this Jamarian Green trying to, 8. Reed Ginn, excuse me. Trying to read these numbers from way up here, Christian. So here's Ginn out of a shotgun, straight drop, looking, throws out to the right side, and JoJo Sutton in coverage. And he laid a hit on Gordon, the wide receiver, almost the same time. I think Perry fans maybe wanted some interference, but it was one of those bang-bang.
Yeah, I think it was one of the uncatchable ones, too. So I think as soon as that ball got towards the receiver, JoJo hit him. But fortunate that ball wasn't a little bit more on target because that could have been pass interference.
So here is Reed Ginn. Apparently his brother is a sophomore quarterback as well here for the Panthers. Cadets showing a 3-man front. Oh, and they're trying to get a jump on LaDamian Guyton. Look at that scrap, man. LaDamian said, back it up. And I think
I get it.
You can kind of see, hey, I got to get off the ball quick. You're going up against the number 1 player in the country for next year. I got to be quick. And that time a little too quick. So back him up. It'll be 2nd and 15 from the Perry 9.
Look, Kevin, he reclassified. So now the number 7 player in the country, just the number 7 player.
So here is 2nd and long for Perry. They'll flip the tight end over to the right side. And now again out of a shotgun. Takes the snap. They'll inside give, and it'll break through. A lot of yardage there on. Somebody took a shot.
That was Guyton.
No, that was Mackay hit him. Came running the gap, and Mackay, little ginger getting up. He's going to hobble out.
I mean, that was a
And he knocked him backwards. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
And that's the risk you run. BC loaded the box there, and if you bust a gap, you can really get hurt there in the run game. And BC fortunate Mackay was there, because if he wasn't, that's a touchdown.
So here is 3rd and 8.
Yeah, money down here, Kevin. You got to get off the field in these situations. 3rd and long, chance for LaDamian Guyton to get off the quarterback. Cam Cody crash the pocket.
They've got trips to the left, twins up top, empty backfield for the Panthers. Again on a drop, looks over the middle. It's going to be caught right at the sticks at the 25. That'll be enough for a 1st down. They had good coverage that time, just a great throw by Ginn, and they're going to move the chains here on a 1st down.
Yeah, BC coming out man coverage here early, and that time just beat his man to his spot, and it's a great throw by the quarterback. Just ripped that one in there.
So Perry gets out of the shadow of their own end zone here. It's 1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 27. And again, out of a shotgun, they've got an H-back stronged up to the right. He'll look left, now back right, looking over the middle. Has a man, is popped in the air and incomplete. He was looking for the tight end over the middle, and he was met immediately by a couple of cadets in white there, and incomplete 2nd down.
Yeah, Cam Cody that time just beat his man straight up the middle and was immediately in Ginn's face. And that time, Ginn just let one loose in a double coverage, almost an interception.
Cody, the Clemson commit there at nose guard for Benedictine. And they'll offset the defensive front over towards the strong side. Here's Ginn looking. He'll throw in the slot. It's going to be caught and immediately hit and tackled on a little quick slant by Cole Schumann. But I think that's going to be enough to move the chains for a 1st down. And it will be out at the Perry 38-yard line.
Yeah, short passing game working right now for Perry. That time, nice concept. 3 receivers to the top. Just a little stop route from the inside slot receiver. All 3 of BC's defenders bail, and they hit that one underneath, and they're able to fall forward for a 1st down.
And you got Schumann out there in coverage in the slot. They'll flip the formation, trips up top. 1 receiver to the bottom here on 1st and 10. Again, a quick snap. Oh, he's got men in his face. Launches one up and incomplete. And he got a face mask full of Cam Cody all up in his grill there and threw it out of bounds, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, body shot there. And those are the ones that start to pay dividends later and later into the game. Quarterback, you don't want him to take too many shots like that. I mean, completely open, passing the football, and it's got about 320 pounds hitting him in the ribcage.
Yeah, can't lose sight of number 55 there. So 2nd down and 10. They'll put trips up top. Nobody here to the near side. Now they'll move a tight end. Strong formation to the right here. Again, out of a shotgun, tried to hard count.
Yeah, BC is predicting the run here, try to get it to 3rd and manageable, and you see BC start to crowd the line. Perry makes an adjustment. A little chess match happening right now.
Got Guyton coming off the right side. Here's the snap again. Oh, LaDamian almost got to him. Ball is up in the air, and it is intercepted. JoJo Sutton coming back the other way at the 30. 35 runs up the middle of the field. 40 makes a man miss, still on his feet. 45 before he's brought down. And the Cadets with a big interception. And LaDamian Guyton coming off the edge, rushed that throw. And Cadets with their now third possession in great territory here in the first quarter.
Yeah, JoJo Sutton, first off, great job staying in phase with his wide receiver. But that time they leave Guyton one-on-one at the bottom in a passing situation, and he's able to beat his man off the edge and get to the quarterback right as he's launching and causes him to overthrow that one a little bit right into the waiting arms of JoJo Sutton. And a good job by JoJo turning around, getting back up field for field position.
They'll officially mark him down at the 46. Is there a flag down?
A sideline warning.
I think there's going to be, they're going to go talk to Danny Britt here real quick. No official signal. Yep, sideline warning against.
And they're going to enforce it. Usually it's a warning, but if somebody made contact with an official.
So they'll move the ball back to the 29 of Benedictine. So still okay field position, but not the 46.
So Perry coming out, soft coverage in that first drive, leaving two safeties high. I wonder if they adjust or just keep making BC beat them down the field a little bit at a time. Now they go single high.
Cadets on first down. Here's the handoff to Mallard on the sweep, and Aaron's going to struggle and get back to the marker there on the far sideline, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think that time just running into a run blitz there. I think Perry just rolling the dice a little bit, taking a chance, sending a blitz, thinking you're going to try to run it on first down.
Let's see what the Cadets do. They'll put Bubba to the short side.
I mean, this is fun, man. It's just two great coaching staffs going head-to-head with great players on the field as well.
Cadets are in wing T with Bubba, the one receiver in the formation. They'll give it to Stanley straight ahead. He pops a hole. He's across the 40. He's still on his feet to the 45 before he is brought down. A BC Brothers moving the chains, and a great tackle by Andrew Battler. He's gone to the house, and the Cadets are back in business.
I love it. It's just a play you don't see a lot as a high schooler anymore, really at any level in football. Just that fullback gut play up the middle. Great job by the line, and now BC's in business.
Trips to the right for Cannon here on first down.
And here's what I thought we might see a little bit more of. Get Perry out there, get them to show, and then check back with the sidelines to get into a winner. And Perry doesn't make an adjustment. They stay in their base.
So here's Cannon looking, a little quick turnaround is caught. Josh Washington still spinning and reaching towards the sticks. Brought down a yard short of the marker, but it'll be, are they going to give it to him? Nope, they started to pull the chains. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
I don't think there'll be any giving it to him tonight.
So Josh Washington, I believe, is in at tailback here with Stanley Smart kind of the up back. They'll put two receivers to the left. Here's the snap. Cannon, a run toss to Josh Washington. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Still on his feet. Still dragging Perry Panthers inside the 20 to the 19. A big run by Josh Washington. And again, that was just straight ahead toss football and man on man.
I love it because Josh Washington has a skill set, and we've seen it a million times just on those little bubble screens where he takes it at about the line of scrimmage and breaks it for a long gain. Find a way to get the football in his hands, and BC with another wrinkle.
So 1st and 10, BC Brothers move those chains. They'll give to Bubba Frazier. Bubba going to cut inside, turn the corner, still on his feet. That's a first down and more. And that's a Notre Dame play there for Bubba Frazier. He made a couple of men miss in space and moved the chains again. It's going to be 1st and goal.
I was going to say that one should have been about a 3-yard loss, but sometimes your guy's just better than their guy. And Bubba Frazier left a couple of guys with their knees touching.
So 1st and goal here for the Cadets.
Got to take advantage here in the red zone.
On the 8-yard line. Here's the snap. Inside give. Straight ahead and into the pile. That's not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a half a yard there for Stanley Smart that time.
Yeah, count it, Kevin. 1, 2, 3, all 10 yellow helmets there in the pile for Perry. Just really well coached and flying to the football right now.
And most of this has been done on the ground this drive. Christian, they'll put twins to either side. And here's the give. This is going to be Cannon on the keeper, and he's just going to get snowed under maybe a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and goal. That was a straight quarterback keeper on that one.
Yeah, called quarterback on the read, just trying to take advantage of an aggressive defense, but now 3rd and goal from about the called 8.5.
Yeah, 3rd and goal. They haven't been able to get much here on the first 2 plays.
Yeah, this is where you spread them out, find that one-on-one.
So they got everybody bunched here to the right. Here's the snap. Cannon going to roll to the right. Look, they got a man in the back of the end zone. It's going to be caught. Bubba Frazier, touchdown. Bubba Frazier just got left alone back of the end zone, and the Cadets take the lead 9-0 on a little leak out play. And how do you lose track of number 4?
That's a great play design. Stephen Cannon had 2 arms around the football as he's rolling out and draws the defense in, and then Bubba Frazier just burning across the back line, and great touch there by Stephen Cannon once he drew everybody in.
So the point after here from Parker Lewis to try to make it 10-0 here with 3:05 to go in the first quarter. And the Cadets with a big answer off the turnover. The hold by Cannon is good. Parker Lewis puts it right through the uprights. 10-0. BC out in front. This is Cadet football on Watch BC Sports, presented by Cash and Carry.
Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at jvdattorney.com.
Welcome back here to Perry. Cadets take an interception, turn it into a 71-yard touchdown drive. Stephen Cannon to Bubba Frazier from 8 yards out. They lead at 10-0.
Kevin with the math on the fly. And that time, it was looking, Kevin, like it was going to become another situation, just like the last drive, where you kind of stall out in the red zone. But BC, great play design, something they worked on this week, and pays off, able to get into the end zone. That, when you're going back at the end of this game, mark that one down. That's a huge conversion for the Cadets.
So here's John Brenton to kick it off left to right here for BC. Last one was short. This one's going to be very short. They're going to pooch it down at the 20. This one does go out of bounds, and so great field position upcoming here for Perry.
And you can't do that. You got to leave that one. Just aim for the 20 and leave it in. And John has kicked enough footballs or soccer balls in his life to know where to hit that one. Just can't have a mistake like that.
And those are dangerous because Perry seems to be content to let him hit and hope to go out.
Well, I think that time they adjusted a little bit, but good job by the return man just saying, hey, this one's pretty dang close to the sideline. I'm going to let it see what happens.
So here comes Reed Ginn, senior quarterback. It's going to be twins up top of the formation as they work right to left. They got an H-back off to the right as well. Cadets have got 9 guys up right off the ball. Here's the snap. Ginn looking backside. He's going to roll out to his right and still looking to let one fly and nothing doing. He had Scott and Cam Cody in chase there in the backfield. Nobody was open and just let it fly.
And Mekhi Williams back in the football game. He did a good job locking up his man. Great coverage overall from the Cadets. But, I mean, Damian Guyton got bear hugged by a couple of guys right there, and the official just looking the wrong way. I mean, it doesn't seem like Perry is really going to try to bang their head running the football against Cam Cody and Gavin Smith and Isaac Scott. They're trying to throw it.
They're going to spread them out, trips to the top. They'll move a H-back in motion that way as well. Now the give off the right side, and somebody just got there real quick. I think
that was Houston first.
Jaden Houston, and then cleaned up by Larson Little. So Jaden Houston really doing a good job here the last couple of games, and he shot the gap and hit the running back about a step after he took the handoff.
Yeah, well, they got lucky because Larson and Houston hit the same hole, and that one looked like it was going to bust for a second, but Houston just able to get an arm, wrap up, and hang on and wait for the cavalry to arrive. That was really, really strong right there, even though the linebackers made a mistake, just out-athleted them, make up a word, and they will make that tackle. Another big third down, and they really have not been able to block Houston.
3rd and 10 here for the Panthers from their own 35-yard line. Only one receiver out wide in the formation. Now they'll motion a back out to that right side. Strong formation to the left. Here's Ginn.
BC showing man.
He'll take the snap and a timeout called for by Perry. They want to talk it over. We'll step aside as well. This is Cadet Football presented by Cash and Carry.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook. Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings is one of Savannah's most popular. Could be the New York style pizza, or the pasta, or sandwiches, or wings. Whatever you choose, Cool Vibes has their own unique style. Check them out at 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah.
3rd and 10 here as we come out of the timeout. Glad you're with us here on Watch BC Sports. Tell us where you're listening in from tonight there in the chat. We always enjoy seeing the reach of BC Nation, or international.
It is
the BC
that.
Globe, I should say. So here's Twins up top here on 3rd and 10. They got an H-back out to the right as well. And again, takes a snap. He's looking, going to step in the pocket, let it go. A lot of air on it. They got behind the defense, and that was a smart play. JoJo Sutton, hey, you're not upset with that one. You got beat by 10 yards, and JoJo just ran right through the receiver and said, I'll take 15 over 45. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, double move, and they go max protect there, so they had time in the pocket. It looks like they just put their fastest receiver out there on that double move, and he was open, like you said, by about 10 yards. But fortunately, quarterback underthrew him by about 10 yards, and JoJo making up just ran through the receiver. It was clear.
He's like, I'm going for pass interference.
No, yeah, just no. That's fine.
Yeah.
You'll take a 15-yard penalty there, but you take a timeout. Great play design there by Perry. Found a man open, but just underthrown a little bit by the quarterback. BC will trade 15 yards for 6 points any day of the week.
So the ball's out at midfield here. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs for Perry. They'll go with the same formation. They'll put Esterbrook up tight in coverage out there in the line. Here's the snap, give inside, and bounces back here to the near side. Jonathan Black goes mano y mano. He kind of took a shot there, but ultimately makes the tackle at the 40. It'll be a first down after the give to a big running back, Cam Oliver. Got him at 5'11", 190 pounds. And Jonathan Black stuck his face in there and had to hang on.
Yeah, he had to, because BC got folded up on that left side. Just a nice job by the running back scraping down the offensive line and finding that hole.
So 1st and 10 here for Perry. They'll motion a couple tight end and H-back over here to the left. Twin receivers up top. Here's the give. They'll come inside, and that time,
patience.
Really a little patient run there. Tackle made by Houston, but it's at the BC 35-yard line. A gain of 5 on first down, brings up second down.
And the running back that time kind of bobbled the handoff, but again, just not running blindly into a hole. They're kind of taking some time, shuffling their feet a little bit, and then finding where it is, and usually it's that left side kind of caving people down.
Second down and 5 for Perry as they move right to left. Again on a straight drop, throws back a receiver, did not get turned around, and Cam Cody gave him a little shove at the end. I think Ginn wanted a flag there, not going to get it, and it'll bring up a big 3rd down and 5 from the BC 35 here, Christian.
Yeah, again, they go one-on-one with Cam Cody. It doesn't work out again, and nice job by Cam keeping his arm up as he's rushing the quarterback, forced him to throw that one a little bit high. And now Jameer Lee will come on, good pass rusher as Isaac Scott exits.
So you got Gavin Smith, Jameer Lee, Cam Cody up front, and they'll put LaDamian Guyton off the right side. It looks like they're going to put Schumann up there. They're going to flip-flop, but put Guyton over on the strong side. Here's the snap. And a little give inside. And LaDamian Guyton beats his man off the edge, and he'll be tackled for a 3-yard loss. He just bull rushed off, and that was a late adjustment by the BC defense to flip sides with the defensive ends. And a 3-yard loss. It's going to be 4th and 8.
Yeah, going back, I'd be curious to look. I think BC kind of just motioned down to a bare front. They walked Larson up to the weak side, flipped Guyton over to the strong side, but it was Gavin Smith and Jameer Lee who made that play happen. They beat their men, forced the running back to the outside, and Guyton was just waiting.
I mean, he just ate up the right tackle on that play, and when you're rated as high as he is, you kind of expect to see that. Now Perry got some personnel running on late here on the punt unit. Only one man back deep here for BC. It looks like Mackay standing at about the Cadet 10-yard line. The snap and a punt, a low line driver. Mackay going to let that go. It's going to check up like a Christian Gokel pitching wedge. And it'll be touched up at the 4-yard line. And BC 1st and 10, 96 yards to go. And that'll also be the end of the first quarter. We're coming right back, 10-0. Cadets out in front. This is Cadet football on Watch BC Sports, presented by Cash and Carry.
Want to make some extra cash just by sitting on your couch? At Cash and Carry in Savannah, Georgia, we buy any car, no matter the condition, and take it right off the road. Just visit the link, enter your car details, and get an instant offer. Cash and Carry, turning cars into cash without leaving your couch.
Back here to Perry. Cadets lead at 10-0 after one quarter, going back to that LaDamian Guyton play, Christian, before the Cadets could go here on 1st and 10. I mean, they had tight end help over there, and he just got off the edge and made a huge play.
Yeah, it's got to be immediate. Whatever play you're calling has to be immediate. You can't dance for too long. They had a couple of plays where the running back just kind of patient, was kind of shuffling behind the line and then made his cut. That didn't work on 3rd down. Guyton just aggressive in the backfield. But, again, all 4 guys on the front really made that play.
So BC's got 96 yards to go here as we start the second quarter. They'll go flex bone look. Cannon will give it to Josh Washington off the right side. He gets tripped up out to the 5. So maybe a yard at most on 1st down, and it'll bring up 2nd and long. And again, you're on the goal line. You kind of expect some of that flex bone look here. Trying to get off the shadow
you
here.
do not want to be punting from here. So BC looking just to find a 5-yard play here.
They're actually going to go empty backfield here. They got 4 receivers to the right, which is the short side of the field. Josh Washington in man coverage here to the left.
Well, there's a chance for a big play here. Perry going man across the board. No safety help over the top.
Looks like Perry's going to drop a couple of linebackers, maybe try to guard against a short route. Cannon looks, a quick bubble screen. No, he's going to flush to his right. He's going to throw it and out of bounds, trying to avoid the safety. He was looking for Josh Washington in the area, and it'll be 3rd down. That one, I think they were looking for something quick, and Perry read it good down there by the goal line.
Yeah, and they're fortunate because Josh Washington was one-on-one and just cooked his man, but everything was to the right for BC. Stephen Cannon tried to come back left late on that one, but that's really hard.
Let's see if the Cadets stay in that same formation. They trot a man on. It's Conaway, the tight end. I think Cadets are trying to get the personnel right here.
I mean, special teams so big, Kevin. That punt pinning BC deep, and now Cadets could be in a world of hurt here if they're not able to pick up a little bit.
They've got Mallard and Washington to the left, Bubba Frazier to the right. They'll put Stanley Smart to the left. Here's the snap to Steven. Play action. Steven going to step up in the pocket, roll to his right, looking back in the end zone, just turns and throws it out of bounds. I mean, that was outside of the pocket, but clearly just trying to get rid of it. And it's going to be 4th and 10. That was
what
crisis
Stephen
averted.
Canning was doing, but it had everybody in the stadium holding their breath because he did a full pirouette on the pylon and threw that football away. I mean, he was a hair right or left away from a safety.
So now the Cadets, you hope Steven puts a foot into this one. He got a good punt last time, but again, his heels are on the back of that end zone.
Perry's sitting in the house. Got to be quick here.
So here's the snap. Steven had to dig one out low, got a quick kickoff. It's going to hit and take a BC roll across the 40.
Roll.
Still going 45, keep going into Perry territory.
What a great punt.
What a great punt by Stephen Cannon. Got the sideways roll, touched up by Ben Kleinpeter at the 47-yard line of Perry. So Cannon did about it, and that was a low snap dug out. Great job to even get it off.
I mean, Kevin, I feel like I'm pretty consistent with takes. I think one of the things you have to do as a return man is just sell out to go up and get the football. And that time we talked about it, the punt return man maybe a little bit gun shy because he's already muffed one, but that one hits at about the 33 and rolled all the way over the 50 into Perry territory. That was a huge punt.
I know Danny Britt always says you let it go, you cost yourself 15 yards on average.
A little bit more than that.
So here's Ginn out of a shotgun, twin receivers up top. Cadets showing pressure here on 1st down. Here's the snap. Ginn over the middle, has a man. It's caught, tackle missed, all the way down to the 30, 25 before Jaden Houston tackles him at the 20. So a big gain on 1st down and just a missed tackle on the quick slant, Christian, and moving the chains for the Panthers.
Well, that one hurts even more because you rush 3, drop 8, and they're still able to pick you apart on the outside right there.
So Perry up to the line quickly. Here's Ginn. Give inside, and big Cam Cody hits him immediately, and he'll drag ahead for a couple. It'll be 2nd down from the BC 17-yard line.
Yeah, Perry trying to go quick there and catch BC sleeping, and they almost did. I mean, the chains weren't even set on the other side of the field, but Cam Cody does a great job right there.
So 2nd down, Twins way out to the left here for the Panthers. Again, he's going to looking for something over the middle. Steps up in the pocket, and he'll slide down at the 15. And again, the pocket collapsed, and you know what happens when the pocket goes and you step up. There's nobody but linebackers there, and Houston and Larson Little both took a step towards him, and he hit the deck
Yeah,
and it's going to be 3rd and 5.
I feel like he felt when he was sliding up in the pocket, he was going to have some room to run, but BC in zone coverage there. So you have 2 linebackers, like you said, about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, but still a great job navigating that pocket because it was collapsing around him.
3rd and 5, bunch formation to the short side here for Perry. Now they send all 3 of them, and they'll have bunch formation to the left, 1 receiver way out to the left as well. Cadets showing pressure up the middle. Now Perry going to do a check with me. Is this a bluff? Are you going to sit back, or are you coming after him?
I think BC's sent to the house.
And here they come as a little delayed handoff off the edge. Not going to get there.
Oh, wow.
Tripped up. Second effort going to get him down close to a first down. And that was DeCorian Daniels. Did they give it to him? They're going to be short. 4th down at about 3. Perry looks like they're going to trot on the field goal unit.
Yeah, that was great contact balance there from the running back to even stay alive. Probably should have been a couple-yard loss, but he does a great job keeping the feet moving and picking up what he could. But big 3rd down stop for BC after giving up a big play on the first play of the drive.
So much like BC, again, going to stay in at quarterback to do the hold here. And this will be a 30-yarder from the right hash by Levy, who kind of knuckle pucks it up in there, and good. It's 10-3 on the 30-yard field goal. And Perry answers. Now it's BC's turn. 10-3 our score. This is Cadet Football, presented by Cash and Carry.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Welcome back here to Perry. Panthers go right down the field and put 3 on the board. It's 10-3 here with 9:12 to go in the quarter. And Cadets will get the football back, kind of set up by a deep punt on special teams. Had the Cadets pinned back. Not a good offensive series. Had to punt the ball out of there. And then Perry kind of went hurry up in a couple of plays and caught BC napping, and were able to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, BC kind of skating an edge right now. You had a bad first series and give them the football, and they're able to, or they fumble it, you're able to get the football back, but you're trying to slam the door here, and BC's kind of letting Perry hang.
A kick will come down to Bubba Frazier right at the goal line. He'll run it up 10, out to the 15 on the right side, 20, 25. There goes Bubba, 30, 35, across the 40 to the 43 before he's tripped up, showing that speed. And great field position here for the Cadets.
It's a game of inches, Kevin. Special teams has been huge in this game so far. Really good series earlier for Perry where they're able to get a great punt, 3 and out, and then take that field position and kick a field goal. That time you hang a kickoff just a hair short of the end zone, and it turns into a 44-yard kick return for Bubba Frazier. So just such a massive part of the game, and both teams executing well on some phases and not great on other phases.
So 1st and 10 here for the Cadets from their own 44-yard line. Cannon's got a receiver to either side. They got a tight end in play. They'll motion Bubba across the formation, counter back with Stanley Smart off the right side. Smart spins across the 45 to the 46. Gives Stanley a couple of yards there on 1st down and bring up 2nd down and 8.
You just got to stay on your blocks. If you're the offensive line, just a little counter. Coming back underneath with Stanley Smart. It's a long developing play. We got some kind of stoppage. Now they got to figure it out. But BC's linemen just got to keep those feet moving and keep driving people.
So here we are, 2nd down and 8. Cannon is going to have an empty backfield. Takes the snap, looking, has a man underneath. Don't see him, throws it, and caught Aaron Mallard. What do I know? Across the 45, inside the 45 to the 44. That is a BC Brothers moving the chains. 1st down, and he had, I think it was Washington on the drag route, and then had Mallard coming across
Cole
the middle.
Henderson was on the drag. I think he saw the same thing as you, but the linebacker saw it too. It pulled the linebacker down, and he was able to fit the drag in to Aaron. Great catch too.
1st and 10 here for the Cadets to give to Stanley Smart. He'll bounce it outside to the right, and he'll push ahead before getting turned back to the 42-yard line. So give him a gain of about 3 off the right side. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that was Stanley Smart right there. I mean, again, really good push from Perry, but Stanley able to fall forward for 3 yards and just keep you a little bit ahead of the chains. And Perry rotating a lot of guys on the defensive front.
So 2nd down here for the Cadets. 2 receivers to the left. They got a receiver with his hand in the dirt off the right side now. Oh, they snapped the ball. Nobody was ready. It's going to be picked up, Stanley Smart, and a flag going to be on BC for illegal procedure because the ball was snapped and nobody moved. And so illegal shift.
Right? Okay.
Well, they also snapped it while they were trying to get set off to the
right
side.
Well, I know. Just Stanley was still on the ground, but at that time the center wanted to go a little quick, and nobody was ready for BC. It's Stanley Smart, Johnny on the spot because everybody was looking at the sideline as the football went rolling behind them. So this is going to be third down.
It should be third down and about 17 after the loss, and very fortunate that Stanley was heads up to get the ball back. Twins either side. They've got Cannon in a empty backfield here. Steven looking left and right. Here's the snap. Cannon, all kinds of time. Over the middle. Caught and dropped by Mallard. He was open inside one of those zones. Cannon with a beautiful ball over the heads of the linebackers, and it's going to bring up fourth down.
BC's coaches are arguing that that should have been second down. It was a wide open on the post route to Aaron, and he jumped. And I don't know why you jump in that situation, but the officials are saying it's fourth down. I think it is because you snapped the football on that second down and it rolled behind your guys. But, man, you had a guy wide open. He jumped, hits him in the hands, and just falls out.
So Stephen Cannon to punt this football. He'll do so from the Cadet 34. Snap is good. Punt is not a good one. Off the side of the foot, and that one looks like a Kevin 9-iron, just totally to the right. And that Christian might 13 yards. They're still walking. Maybe not even that far. So they're going to say it went out at the 40 of Perry, and those are the kind of ones you look at and go, we should have just gone for it.
And again, it's just been a couple of silly mistakes that's letting Perry hang around, and your defense now being on the field for long stretches at a time. Eventually, you feel like Perry, with the way they're running the football, might be able to break through.
So here comes Ginn. He'll bring the Panthers out. They got Oliver, the running back, here to his right. Cadets showing a blitz off the backside. They'll give it to Oliver. He pushes straight ahead and still going. Cadets trying to stem the tide, and they'll call forward progress at the 46-yard line. So a gain of 5 on first down. No, Houston came out of there with the football, but I think it was way since blown dead. So second down and 5 here for Perry.
Yeah, that same kind of run where they're just getting this is a zone run, and they're just getting behind the line, taking a couple of jab steps, and then hitting a hole. Because BC is getting really good immediate pressure, but then they're finding the gaps.
That cut off the read. So they got an H-back almost in front of the quarterback. They'll give it to Oliver straight ahead. That time, BC read it well. Big Cam Cody going to turn him back along with Isaac Scott and Gavin Smith in there as well. It'll be third down and 5.
Yeah, another big third down chance to get off the field for the Cadets here.
Perry trying to go quick here. They'll put quads.
They're going to try to out formation.
A diamond formation.
They've got 4-on-3 at the bottom.
And here's Ginn looking back the other way. They got one-on-one.
Miscommunicated.
Way overthrown. They had BC was not set defensively either.
Yeah, you had BC confused, but you were also confused and just miscommunication. You go with a diamond formation at the bottom and then one receiver at the top, and you try to take a shot, but I think the receiver ran the wrong route or the quarterback just had to get rid of the football too early. But, man, that's a big third down to try to rush.
Yeah.
It feels like both teams.
Because you had the momentum kind of coming back, I think.
And it feels like both teams and both coaching staff is a little tight. They realize how big this football game is.
This will be Arnett to punt it away. Double safeties back for BC. That's Bubba Frazier and Makai Williams. BC, almost got there on the punt, and it's going to be called for a fair catch and caught at the 24 of Benedictine. And that's where they will take over here with 5:43 to go in the first half.
Yeah, neither team can really grab a hold of momentum. So far, the biggest play of the game, it feels like, is the touchdown that BC was able to convert, and that was on a third down. That's why it's so big. But, man, you got to execute. I think here, more than anything, you got to pick up a couple first downs, keep your defense out the field, and play that time of possession because Perry has a chance to get the football back with a 2-for-1 because they get the football to start the second half.
So here come the Cadets with 5:43 to go in the half. Twins either side. Stanley Smart to the left of Cannon. They'll fake it, flare out in the flat. This is going to be it's caught by Aaron Mallard. He breaks the tackle on the left side, cuts back inside 40, 35, 30, 25, still going, 20, 15, 10, 5. Mallard with a touchdown. What an unbelievable run. I thought he was tackled about 3 times on that one, Christian Gokel, and that's just the want to, and what a call to go right back at him after the drop last series.
And it's so unbelievable because that was supposed to be a 5-6 yard gain, but like you said, Aaron Mallard broke about 7 tackles on that play, and he's so fast that it doesn't look like he's running fast. It looks like he's kind of at an easy jog pace, but he's picking up 5-10 yards of stride. It's just unbelievable from a guy who I think is developing more and more in this system, and he's such a weapon in his own right. Negative 2-yard pass goes for an 80-yard touchdown.
What a run there by Mallard on just a little flare-out pass. Here's Parker Lewis, point after, up and good. What an answer by BC. It is 17-3 with 5:27, so that took about as long as it took Mallard to run 70 yards, and the Cadets extend their lead. We're coming right back. This is Watch BC Sports, and this is Cadet Football, presented by Cash and Carry.
Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings is one of Savannah's most popular. Could be the New York-style pizza, or the pasta, or sandwiches, or wings. Whatever you choose, Cool Vibes has their own unique style. Check them out at 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah.
Welcome back here, Cadets. 1 play, 1 touchdown. 17-3 on the Aaron Mallard hookup from Stephen Cannon. And the Cadets have extended it to 17-3. So you were looking for a momentum switcher, and they certainly got that, Christian Gokel, with a big effort play from Aaron Mallard.
Like I said, a lot of times you give credit to different people, offensive line, running backs getting out there blocking. That was just them not being able to tackle Aaron Mallard. That was him, weight room, leg strength, getting through there, but just also the speed that you just can't coach, and he's so fast. Like I said, it doesn't look like he's moving fast. Like Bubba Frazier has football, he's running. It looks like he's running fast. Aaron Mallard just looks like he's on a lackadaisical drive, or jog. Only problem is he's separating from everybody else. Just is freaky.
Easy gas on the wheels.
Freaky.
They've gone to Parker Lewis here for the kickoff, Christian, so he'll kick it right to left. And Parker puts foot into it. It will also be short down around the 14, and it'll be taken there by Perry, and they're going to bottle him up at the 19 out to the 20-yard line. And a nice bottling up there by the Cadets, and 1st and 10 from the 20s where Perry will take over.
Yeah, and you see the adjustment. BC against Ware unable to put the football in the end zone, so they just try to bang it down into the corner. Ware returned one for a touchdown in that game against Perry, a team same caliber as Ware. BC's not going to mess around with that. Get a ton of hang time on the kickoffs, trying to land it about the 15-yard line and just hoping that your guys can get down there. I shouldn't say hoping, relying on your guys getting down there and making a tackle.
So Cadets trying to get a stop here before the half.
Now Perry really for the first time, 3 wide receivers in the game.
Here's the snap again, looking, they had a guy leaking out. They'll go to the deep concept, and It is incomplete. Estabrook in coverage. And they were talking about that. Chris, you talked about that on the, I believe, the Danny Bridge show. They came with a tight end, released, and he was wide open underneath, but they went with the deeper concept and overthrew him.
Yeah, and I think the quarterback kind of, as he has throughout the game, just kind of predetermining where he's going with the football before the snap. At that time, you had that bracketed with Wyatt Estabrook over the top.
Trips out to the right. For Perry, again, out of a shotgun, he'll give it to the running back, and look at Houston running the lane, and he'll pull him down for no gain. What a play, Jaden Houston, and he is fired up. It'll be 3rd down and 10 here for Perry.
Yeah, that's how that one's called, is typically your defensive end's the one setting the edge, but that time they run a stunt, and you send Guyton really hard burning off the edge. You have to have your linebacker flow to set the edge, and Houston did a great job right there. Kind of a little bait. You know the running back wants to kind of sit and wait, see something develop. He thought he saw the end crash, but Houston was there waiting for him. Just a really nice play design and executed very well.
Trips to the right for the Panthers. Again, takes a straight shotgun snap, floats it out in the flat. It's going to be caught, and nicely done by Jaden Houston. Again, going to have him 2 yards short of the first down. So Perry going to have to punt the football. Cadets will have a 4-minute drill here going on when Arnett comes to punt this football.
Yeah, I think that was a kind spot, but still, I think BC gave up a little bit more than they were wanting to. You play soft drop coverage there. You got to get up and make a tackle, but you let the receiver spin forward. Fortunately, the refs marked him about 2 yards short.
BC's got Bubba Frazier back at his own 36-yard line.
Yeah, this is cover safe.
Here's the snap. Arnett gets one up there, and Bubba Frazier to his right will let it bounce, and it'll check up and they'll touch it up at the 40-yard line of Benedictine. So there you go. Just inside 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Cadets 60 yards from pay dirt to really busting this thing open to a 3-score game. Huge to get something here. Even a field goal would be huge.
I don't know if you're in 4-minute drill kind of mode here, or if you're just in go for the jugular kind of a mode. Yeah. Because especially BC still has 3 timeouts. If they wanted to, if you depending on how quickly you're able to get points on the board, you could go 2 for 1 if you're able to get a stop on defense.
So Cadets take over their own 40. They'll stack receivers to the left. They'll put a man in motion. And they'll throw a bubble screen to Bubba Frazier here near side. Bubba makes one miss. He ain't going to make the next man miss.
Perry wasn't going to let that happen again.
And he'll get snowed under a couple yards back at the 38. It'll be 2nd and 12.
Yeah, BC kind of motioned to the same play that Aaron scored on that time, trying to run it to Bubba, but Perry ready for that one. Fool me once.
Cadets are going to put trips up to the top of the formation. Josh Washington, one receiver here to the short side as the Cadets work right to left. And Cannon's got Stanley Smart to his right. Here's Steven, takes the snap. He'll step up in the pocket, and he'll push ahead across the 40, and he'll get a couple back. That was a design QB kind of draw there, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
If there is a coaching point there, it's maybe take another beat before you move and release and give your guys some chance to open it up a little bit more. But I think that's just a really good job by Perry, collapsing the pocket, not getting too far upfield, and tackling Steven. But if nothing else, Kevin, you've worked over a minute off the clock so far.
Yeah, 3rd down and 10 here from your own 40. Empty set for Cannon. He'll take a drop. Looking all kinds of time. Steven going to move to his right. Still looking. Going to let it flow over the middle. Caught. Oh, what great concentration. Josh Washington.
Yeah, they were going to get a hold.
Hit immediately and hauled it in. That would be a first down, but a flag back at the 34-yard line, and it will be holding against the Cadets. So this will be coming back.
That's tough against a 3-man front to get called for a hold.
And it's one of those, the quarterback starts to move, and you're trying to hold the backside for just a minute.
That's a great job by Steven keeping his eyes downfield. He had a couple of guys breaking open, but finds Josh for a first down. But again, somebody grabbing a hold of a jersey.
So that'll put the ball on the 30-yard line of BC. So it'll be 3rd and 20.
I was about to say, what you got in the book for 3rd and 20 there, Kevin?
Oh, you got it. You got a quarterback that can throw it that far. Somebody's got to get open. They're going to stay in the empty backfield here for Cannon. 5 receivers in the formation. Trips up to his right. And Stevens takes a snap on a 3-man rush.
Oh, he's
all
got
kinds of time. Going to step up in the pocket again. Scramble to his right, looking for somebody, and still trying to buy time, and will go out of bounds. Maybe a yard across the 30, and it'll be 4th and 19 3/4.
I want to give Steven credit there and tell him, I'll give him credit. I'll say he did it on purpose. I think when he realized no one was open, he fought to fall down inbounds and keep that clock rolling. But now they're going to stop it, so I can't give him credit. Oh,
BC called timeout, so we'll take one with him here just inside 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Cadets will probably be punting the football coming out of this timeout. We're coming right back here on Watch BC Sports.
Bowtie Barbecue Company at 6724 Waters Avenue in Savannah serves up barbecue both familiar and new. Made by hand and made with love. Family friendly and relaxed, Bowtie takes great pride in the by hand preparation of high quality beef ribs, smoked chicken, pork spare ribs, and more. Come join the Bowtie family. Ask about our food truck and catering too. Bowtie Barbecue Company. Southern charm naturally. Look for them online at bowtiebarbecueco.com.
Welcome back here out of the timeout. It'll be 4th down and a mile and a half here for the Cadets. They're going to punt this football.
And it was Perry that took the timeout there.
Oh, they pointed towards BC.
Yeah, so they'll have just one timeout left.
So Stephen Cannon to punt this from the 15. Good snap. Way better kick by Stephen Cannon. It's going to hit. It's going to take a BC roll and check up at the 33-yard line. So a nice punt there by Stephen. A good rebound kick there, and that's where Perry will take over with 1:49 to go here before the half.
Yeah, now if you're BC, you have 3 timeouts, and after that punt from Stephen, you can start thinking about using those timeouts if you're able to get a stop here. Curious how Perry – they've been able. It's been inconsistent, but they've been able to get some looks in the passing game. I wonder, do you let first down kind of dictate how this drive goes?
I was about to say, I think a lot of it depends on what you do on first down. When you see these, hey, what are we going to do before the half? If we don't get a bunch, maybe we'll just run it out. If we get 15 or 20 on the first play, then we'll go for points. They'll spread BC out 4 wide, Twins either side. Again, out of a shotgun's got it back to his left. He'll motion him out. Again, looking here near side, going to pump, throw it back over the middle, and incomplete. Larson Little,
dangerous.
Larson Little put a little lick on the receiver just in case. He was looking for Felder here off the near side, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, BC in zone coverage there, like cover 2, and you had JoJo on the slant, but you also had Larson Little coming over from his inside linebacker spot, reading the quarterback's eyes. Quarterback kind of double pumped there, and when you throw it on that second pump, Larson could have had a pick 6 there, but he played the man.
2nd down and 10. They bring a tight end here. Twins up top, one soloed up here on the bottom of the formation. They'll give it to Daniels, and Daniels going to go nowhere.
Now I'm curious, BC use a timeout here?
Everybody on that BC front. I think Danny Britt's thinking about it. He's over there by the official. 3rd and 10 now. Britt calls a timeout. Danny Britt's going to take one with 90 seconds to go here in the first half. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10. And I didn't call who made the tackle because that time it was
everybody.
It was everybody.
Yeah.
Those 4 guys up front just.
Guyton and Houston really set the edge there and then forced them back in. But, yeah, it was just a wave of big fellas in there for the Cadets.
So a huge play here on 3rd down. And, again, this is one where if you're Perry, now you're in the situation of we'd like to get the first down just so we could run the clock out probably here and get the football. If you're BC, it's like let's just get off the field and give our offense one more chance to go down and make something happen.
Yeah, BC 2 timeouts left. You got to wonder if Perry is even going to waste that run there and try to force it, or do you just try to go for the 3rd and 10? Problem with that is you do a big drop back pass. A lot of negative things can happen. I think 4 things can happen. 3 of them are bad if you're Perry. So you're just kind of judging how you played so far in the game versus what you feel like your team can execute.
So 3rd down and 10 here for the Panthers off their own 33-yard line.
Yeah, 3 wide, trying to spread BC out, but BC's going to leave guys in. I think they're going to heat them up here.
Yeah. 2 high safeties here for the Cats. Here's again with the snap. He's looking to his left, going to have to flow out of the pocket here to the near side, and he'll be pushed out of bounds. Larson Little after a gain of about 2.5. And if you're Perry, you just gave BC a free timeout, stopping the clock. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, 4th down and some sim pressure there. Really just sent 4. They had about 8 guys crowding around the line. Send 4, and the quarterback, I think, panicked a little bit. But if you're Larson Little and that quarterback's heading to the sideline and giving up, I know it wasn't technically a personal foul, but, man, that was borderline. Larson lit the quarterback up as he was going out of bounds. You got to kind of lay off that one, just escort him out of bounds because you know refs are so sensitive about that. BC forced it not to give up a penalty there.
Double safeties. Cadets have gotten good rush here on the punch. They've almost gotten home a couple times. High snap, kick coming. Oh, they almost got there. They ran into the kicker. I think that's going to be a 5-yarder. Fair caught on the back end. I don't think that's an automatic first down variety, but
but now you give Perry a choice.
And so let's see. It shouldn't be roughing. He ran into the kicker, but it was not. He kind of grazed the leg on the way by.
I think it was Gavin, maybe. But I mean, it was a gentle tap on the leg.
Let's see what the call is. They're talking to Danny Britt here. It's going to be running into the kicker, 5-yard penalty.
I think the other thing you consider if you're Perry is, hey, that was a good punt and it was a fair catch. Do you just keep that? But
now you burn up some more. Oh, they did. I think they did decline it. Good call, Christian.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, let's not give Bubba Frazier another chance on a punt.
So now the Cadets will have 73 yards, 74 yards.
So they corrected it on the scoreboard, Kevin. I believe BC does have just 1 timeout remaining, and Perry.
Okay, I was going to say the official pointed towards BC in that last series. So
working with 1 timeout, though.
So here's Stephen Cannon. They got 73 yards to go. Excuse me. Empty backfield. Cannon, straight drop, all kinds of time. Up the near sideline. It's caught. Josh Washington out near midfield and shoved out of bounds. And it will be 1st and 10. BC Brothers moving the chains and a big hookup to Josh Washington. They're right out there at midfield with still 1:04 to go in the half.
Yeah, just a little 9 route there, go route down the sideline, but the DB kept backing off, and sure the coaches saw it on the tablet, so they work. And Steven throws a back shoulder throw to Josh. Big pickup, and now you're working.
They'll stay empty backfield with Steven trips up top to the right. Twins here to the short side. They'll motion Washington across the formation and give it to him. Josh trying to go around the right side, has a hole across the 45, inside the 45, down to the 41. He's awfully close. They're going to say he's short. And if that's true, the clock's going to keep rolling. And BC calls a timeout with 56 seconds. And they're at the 41. Christian, do you have a two-call play there? So you're like, if we're short, hurry up and go and kind of try to save a timeout.
Now that you're in the timeout, yes, you're going to have 2 plays.
So it'll be 2.5 a yard. They need the 41. The down marker is at the 41 plus 3 inches. I mean it's not very far.
The officials are talking about it because where the marker is and where the football are.
But if you're Danny Britt and they give you the first down here, you have to explode because you just wasted a timeout because you said it wasn't a first down.
I would. I say, hey, can we have our timeout back?
And it wasn't Kirby Smart. Hey, I'm clapping.
No, we don't want to get officials suspended. I think they're going to keep it as a second down, but
I mean, it is literally the nose of the football away.
But I mean, 2 plays and you're working for points here.
Just don't commit a penalty.
Or don't snap it before everybody's ready.
So 56 seconds to go here in the half. They'll put Stanley Smart behind Cannon and a pistol look trips here to the near side. Steven takes the snap. They'll give it to Stanley. Oh, and that's what you can't have that happen. You go backwards. Now you got to get on the football.
Yeah, I don't know that BC blocked anybody, and that was about a 4-yard loss.
Danny Britt called timeout. Did he have another one? They gave BC a timeout, so I guess we're all screwed up on the timeouts here.
Okay, well, now they're definitely out.
So it's 3rd down and 3.
I was going to say forward progress. They're saying he really only lost a yard or 2.
So now this is a different play call from 2nd and very short to 3rd and 3. You need the first down, but you also need significant yardage where you get the play stopped. You can run up and run another play or get the clock stop on the first down.
And I'd say this is probably 1 down territory. You don't want to give the ball to Perry with about 40 seconds in position to get points on the board.
And you're outside of Parker Lewis or John Brenton field goal range by far here. This would be a 60-yarder from here. Is that right? Yeah.
I don't think that's in the bag.
So let's see what the Cadets try to do here. 3rd and they need the 41.
Well,
the ball's back towards the 43.
Do you try to catch Perry selling out and go over the top?
Or run a delayed screen if they're coming down. But Twins here to the left, 1 up top. Here's Cannon, 3rd and 3. He'll play action. Stevens got time now, flush to his right, looking, turns the corner, tuck it and go. And he does, but he's going to be forced out of bounds. It'll be 4th and 3. I think I still go for this with 40 seconds.
Yeah, but I mean, you give the ball back to Perry, who has 2 timeouts left.
I think this is we trust our defense. We trust our defense move here.
And that's probably a call you make when the coach says, hey, you got 2.
So 4th down, they need 2 yards to keep this drive going. 41 seconds. And the Cadets have Conaway, the tight end, here on this big 4th down. He's at an H-back to the left.
You need your line to give you a little bit of time.
Here's the snap to Cannon. Cannon going to play action, looking. Steven over the middle, has a man. It is Aaron Mallard, caught, touchdown! Caught it at the 10-yard line on a deep slant, and the ball goes in the end zone for a touchdown, and what an answer on 4th and 3. Stephen Cannon to Aaron Mallard, his 2nd touchdown, Stephen's 3rd of the first half.
Well, we begged the offensive line to go out there and block, give you just a little bit of time, and they were able to do it. And that time a double move by Aaron Mallard over the top and hits a touchdown. So huge touchdown.
What a play inside a half minute here. And Parker Lewis with the point after. The kick is up, and it is good. It is 24-3, and what an answer right there before the half, Christian. And again, you'll have to kick it off here, maybe get 1 stop here before the half, and then Perry will get the ball again to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, just massive play call, and with the play action there that you're able to hit, you get the fake out to the outside like it's a flag route. Aaron cuts it back over the middle, and man, what a night for number 13 so far.
So we got 30 seconds to go here in the half. (24-3) is the score. Cadets out in front, and it will be, let's see if they go back to Parker Lewis with the kickoff. They made the change there. You still kind of had the pooch kick, Christian, every time you've kicked off here tonight.
Yeah, I just don't feel like you have a guy who can drive it to the end zone. So BC trying to find something, and you see Perry adjusting. They got their guy standing about the 13, which is where the ball's been landing.
So it will be Parker Lewis kicking it off here for Benedictine. And they got 3 men back around the 10. Do the Panthers, so they expect this one to kind of stay short. And here comes Parker. He'll pooch it up the right side again.
So PC goes shorter.
And it's going to be real short around the 24. It hits off the turf and a tackle immediately as they're coming down. That was Amari Burse, who was there to make the tackle at the 20, and that's where Perry will take over with 31 seconds left in the half. 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's a great job by Parker. I mean, that ball was in the air for about 4 seconds and really let the guys fly down there, and he kicked it a little bit shorter than last time. So you had those up backs in the front who were the ones who had to go make the play, and a lot of times those guys aren't they're not the most comfortable fielding the football. So 2 things have to happen: either A, that guy just has a fair catch and say, you can't hit me and I'm going to catch this football, or B, the guy from behind him has to say, move, I'm coming to get this. But great job by Parker.
So let's see what Perry does here on 1st down. 30 seconds to go here in the half. They have 2 timeouts here. Here's the snap again, looking, and he will be flushed out of the pocket, working here to the near side, going to tuck it himself 25 and go down with the slide at the 26-yard line. And let's see if Perry
is going to let it roll.
They're telling him to hurry up. I think maybe they were hoping for a play to pop there. 11 seconds, 10. They're going to try to run one more. Here's again. Takes the snap. He'll play action. Looking, has time, throws out to the flat. It's going to be caught, and a nice open field tackle out there. That's Jonathan Black.
I think that's going to be it.
And that'll do it for the first half for Perry. So Jonathan Black ends it there. And again, when the Cadets have kind of had their backs against the wall, Christian, have been able to come back with an answer and every time put more points on the board. So a big first half there for Benedictine.
And it's been Aaron Mallard who's been the one out there just making plays for the Cadets, and that last touchdown there, man, showing out the route running ability. So huge for the Cadets. Steve McCann is stepping up in the second quarter, and it felt like that game was kind of on the razor's edge. That second quarter was huge for the Cadets.
So we're here at the half. It's the Bernard Williams halftime report. We're coming right back. It's 24-3 here on Watch BC Sports.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at jvdattorney.com.
Welcome to Sandnat Golf Carts, where luxury meets quality. We offer a wide selection of top-notch custom golf carts to suit your every need. With our extensive inventory, you're sure to find the ride of your dreams. Plus, our flexible financing options make it easier than ever to drive one off the lot today. Whether you're cruising the neighborhood or joyriding with the family, Sandnat Golf Carts is here to provide exceptional service every step of the way. Visit us today to elevate your ride.
Welcome back here at the half. Christian Gokel, I'm Kevin Thomas here on Watch BC Sports. Cadets lead it 24-3. And again, Stephen Cannon with 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Aaron Mallard with 2 of those. Christian Gokel in the early running for the Cool Vibes Pizza player of the game. And he has had 2 big catches, big runs after catch. and really could have had a third one that he dropped on a big third down. So Aaron's having quite the first half here for the Cadets.
Yeah, really evolving into a true receiver. He's had some tough catches over the middle on some drag routes that he's been able to hit. So, again, we talk about all the different weapons that BC has. We talked so much before the season about, hey, who's going to be that third guy after Bubba Frazier and after Josh Washington? Who's going to be that third receiver, that cam edge that we've always seen in the past? And it's become Aaron Mallard. And, I mean, it's not A, B, and C anymore. It's A1, A2, A3 in terms of who could score touchdowns. You throw a 1-yard pass to Josh Washington, how many times have we seen him turn that into a touchdown? Same thing with Bubba Frazier and same thing with Aaron Mallard. But what's so devastating to a defense is Aaron Mallard has developed into a full wide receiver. We saw the full route tree there from him in the first half. He had the stop route. He took it all the way for a touchdown. We had the drag route over the middle. He took that for a big first down. And then at the end, you have the double move, fake like you're going to the corner of the end zone, and then break it back to the post, wide open. Stephen Cannon delivers a great ball, and he's able to haul that one in. I mean, he could have probably another one if he doesn't drop a wide open one over the middle of the field. So, I mean, the dude is a weapon. You spend all this time game planning for 4 and 7, and then 13 just takes the lid off.
Yeah, certainly it's been a crazy first half. And again, some inconsistency with the offense. And Christian, I would give Perry a lot of credit. Back four coverage has been really good because I would say conversely, the offensive line for the most part has played pretty well for BC. Stevens had to roll the pocket and it breaks down. But I mean, anybody's offensive line is going to do that when you start moving around, but sometimes there's just nobody open for them.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say well is generous. I think they played okay at some times and not great at other times. I think this has probably been their worst performance in 3 or 4 weeks, but I mean,
okay, fair enough.
But that's to be expected. You're playing against a really good defensive front in their stadium. But, I mean, I thought the offensive line played a great game on the road at Ware. It's just this one a little bit. You're getting beat immediately, and maybe I think Perry's showing them some stuff that they haven't seen before, where a lot of times you're getting assignments from people where they're trying to take up 1 or 2 of your offensive linemen and just beat them up. I think Perry's really slanting and being aggressive. So I don't think it's been a great first half that you've missed a few plays because Steven's been running for his life. But at the same time, if you're Steven, you have to have that goldfish brain because when your offensive line does give you a good pocket, you can't be scrambling against Ghost. And I think there was a few times there in the first half where he broke out of a good pocket. So, yeah, I mean, there's been some good moments from the offensive line, but I think very inconsistent in the first half.
Defensively, Cadets have obviously played really well, and you're starting to see as it becomes more, hey, we have to pass. And Perry's done a good job. Gen's done a nice job of letting plays develop, but on certain situations, I imagine in the second half, when they really gear it up, those guys are winning up front.
Yeah, and here's what's scary for Perry is you have 24 minutes to erase a 21-point deficit, and that's if BC doesn't score again. So what is your offense going to look like in the second half? I think you're going to have to throw the football around a little bit, and we saw in those last couple of possessions, first few drives, it was 1, maybe 2 receivers for the most part, 2 tights, 2 running backs, and you were pounding the football and then hitting some open, quick passes on some spacing routes. Those last couple drives, it was 3 receivers and a tight end, and you were trying to sling the football around and letting Gen make those plays with his feet when he had to. It's kind of trending towards that's what you're going to see for the whole second half because you have to put points on the board and put it on quickly. But I'll say this. I think sometimes we see that a little too early in games. I think if I'm Perry, I'm coming back out in the second half, going back to that original game plan because you had moments where you looked like you were going to be able to bust something open for a score. Go back to that. Then that next possession, if you're really not able to get anything going, then you just sell out. And like you're alluding to, when you get to that part where you go, cool, we're just slinging the football around air raid style, that's where you got to really start worrying about Guyton and the rest of those linebackers rushing off the edge.
We are at the half. The Bernard Williams Insurance halftime report. Again, we appreciate Bernard Williams and company for being with us. They've been with us a long time, helping us promote high school sports and high school athletics, and have been with us for every halftime show here on Watch BC Sports. So we really appreciate those guys and check them out for your insurance needs. We're coming right back. We're at the half. This is Watch BC Sports.
Bowtie Barbecue Company at 6724 Waters Avenue in Savannah serves up barbecue both familiar and new, made by hand and made with love. Family friendly and relaxed, Bowtie takes great pride in the by hand preparation of high quality beef ribs, smoked chicken, pork spare ribs, and more. Come join the Bowtie family. Ask about our food truck and catering too. Bowtie Barbecue Company. Southern charm naturally. Look for them online at bowtiebarbecueco.com.
Cash and Carry wants to buy your car. New, used, running or not. Miles don't matter. We pay cash on the spot. Fast, easy, and hassle-free. Call today. Cash and Carry, where your car turns into cash.
The honor, the heritage, the tradition of excellence. The home for Benedictine Cadets football is WatchBCSports.com. All the games, play-by-play, and in-depth analysis. Home of the Danny Britt Show. Be a part of the action as your Benedictine Cadets take the field in their quest for yet another championship. On the official home of the Cadets, WatchBCSports.com. And look for us on Facebook and Instagram at WatchBCSports.
Welcome back here. We are at the half, the Bernard Williams halftime report. And Christian, we are getting down to the nitty gritty here in region. Of course, this is a win tonight. BC will be region champions with the way things potentially would have to play out. A Ware win tonight, they would be the 2 seed. That would push Perry to the 3 seed and then up for grabs for the 4 seed. But this is where things get interesting.
I was going to say, you're telling me it's not that simple right now.
Warner Robins and Ware County are tied 21 apiece. I believe that was getting close to halftime. So if that goes the wrong way, then even if Perry loses, they could find themselves as the 2nd seed out of this region. But Ware and Warner Robins tied at 21. Actually, an update, Warner Robins 27, Ware 21. So Warner Robins is beating the Gators as we speak. And then if things couldn't get any weirder, Wayne 13-7 over New Hampstead late in the 2nd quarter. So a win there could put Wayne into the playoffs, potentially as a 4 seed. Ware County maybe feeling a little tight tonight. A loss there could push them down to a 3 seed and have to go on the road. That's a good football team, and it will put Perry at the number 2 seed. So a lot still to get decided tonight in region, and you still got one more week to go, but some things shaking out that way. And I think after tonight, you had seen kind of all the key matchups, if you will. So next week, it's kind of mismatch central, if you will,
right.
For the last week of the regular season here in region. But that's the way things kind of look. And again, if BC can finish here in the second half, you'll be at home for at least 2 rounds in the playoffs. So first round, it's Region 8, and I'm not familiar with all the standings, but North Oconee is the number 1 seed in that region. They haven't lost a game all season long, so whoever's number 4 is going to have to take that long trip. But you see what a difference being a home team could mean, not having to go up to the Athens, East Atlanta area. You get to stay at home in Savannah, and somebody else has got to make that trip.
Yeah, and Kevin, just looking at that Warner Robins game, it's at Warner Robins. They are able to return the opening kick for a touchdown. So it's just momentum. We talk about how big special teams is in that. And, Kevin, it's a team that was really hurt from the beginning of the season through that midway point, starting to get some guys back. And you're wondering if Ware kind of saw some of the scores from the other region matchups that Warner Robins has had so far and said, cool, we're just going to walk in there, execute as the Gators and win. But Warner Robins is a proud program with some good athletes. And right now leading the Gators.
And here, if that were to hold up, that would guarantee BC a home game win or lose in the playoffs. Right. If that happens, because Ware would have too many region losses. So, and you would own the head-to-head over the Gators. So
still take care of New Hampstead next week, but yeah.
Well, sorry,
yes.
You are correct. But a win tonight,
as we've seen tonight, you can't count them eggs.
A win tonight, and you would have more wins and no losses than anybody could overtake you. So a win tonight, you would be region champs and get that home game, which, Christian, I got to say, after last season, having to take all those treks up to the Atlanta area would be rough. So you would be matched up with Madison County, who is 2-2 in region play. What is their overall record? 5-3. So a little bit of different situation there. If you can win the region championship, play about a 500 team versus a team that hadn't lost all year if you're on the other side. So who are those 4 teams? North Oconee, Flowery Branch, Eastside, and Madison County right now. Still a little bit of football left to be played in that region. East Forsyth might get a opportunity to get back in that playoff picture. So don't know who BC would play. Still football to be decided. But right now, you're up 24-3. The only thing you're saying in the locker room, guys, finish. If you finish, you're region champs and got a home playoff game.
Hey, Kevin, celebrity appearance here. You got Pennywise in the middle of the field. Always love getting to see a band.
We got one here at Perry. They're putting on quite the show here at the half. We are at the half, the Bernard Williams halftime report. We'll take another break. Christian, we're coming right back here on Watch BC Sports.
As the world's largest lifestyle retailer of recreational boats and yachts, MarineMax is dedicated to connecting people with life-changing experiences on the water. More than just a boat retailer, MarineMax offers a complete range of services. 3518 Old Tybee Road, Thunderbolt, and online at marinemax.com.
Plan your hunting getaway and escape to experience the beauty of Mossy Pond. Our diverse property right here in Pierce County allows you to enjoy various types of hunts, including plantation-style quail, hog, pheasant, and flooded timber-style duck hunts, all within 24 hours. At the center of it all, experience scenic, rustic, beautiful, and inviting amenities like luxury lodging, our first-class pro shop, fine dining, and the perfect event space. Book now and see why Mossy Pond Lodge is Georgia's premier hunting paradise.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Welcome back here at the
Aye.
Benedictine is up 24-3 here on Watch BC Sports. I'm Kevin Thomas. He's Christian Gokel. Good to have you along. Sorry we can't share everything here on the broadcast tonight. But again, Perry going to get the ball first. And as we say a lot of weeks, first possessions are important. This one, crucially, you get them off the field. You're up 3 scores with the football, and that kind of dampens the spirit right there out of the locker room.
Yeah, I know for Perry, you're in there just looking for something to work, and give BC credit on this. It's not taken, hey, we get off the field and then we make an adjustment. It's on the fly during drives that BC has made adjustments. So Perry doesn't really have anything they can rely on right now. And again, you can talk about scheme, you can talk about all of that. It's just really good players for the Cadets out there making plays. I think the linebackers have had a really good game. The defensive line, I think if there's one coaching point that they're going over with them in the locker room right now is, hey, we don't have to get 4 yards upfield. Get 2 yards upfield and crash the pocket there, and that's going to prevent some of those leak on the runs and the quarterback sliding up too much. So I think BC didn't necessarily put their best foot forward defensively there in the first half and still only gave up 3 points. So the chance to tighten it up in the locker room could be a really, really fun performance that we see from this defense in the second half.
Perry Band still continuing the halftime entertainment here, and again assess some of the guys. Again, Bubba Frazier has a touchdown here early in the football game.
As you're assaulted by Dave.
That's right. Yeah. Aaron Mallard has 2 touchdowns. Haven't seen a play to Conaway here in the first half. Josh Washington a little bit in spots, but it's really been Mallard and Bubba Frazier who have kind of made the plays for you here.
Yeah, and I know, again, you're talking about the guys who come out there every game and make the plays like Bubba Frazier and Stanley Smart, but it's those additional guys like Aaron Mallard who's really starting to step up and make a name, Bennett Conaway, that are drawing some eyes now as well. Mr. Moon, we'll see you up there. But it's you can't double anybody, it feels like right now, because as soon as you do, somebody else is going over your head. I don't know what the answer is for Perry, but for Bennett Conaway, yeah, he hasn't got the touches, but if you go back and watch that tape there from the first half, he's drawing eyes. He's running seam routes down the middle. That's keeping a safety where it is and allowing BC to hit some shots on the sideline. So BC's got an arsenal that's 5 or 6 players deep right now that they feel like can score a touchdown on any single play. And then you got those young guys that when they've gotten their opportunity are just as good. I mean, we haven't really called Cole Henderson's name yet tonight, but he's a guy, as we've seen, Dave was saying, might have the best yards per carry of anyone in the state. I think it's over 28 yards a carry right now for Mr. Henderson. So you've got so many weapons in the arsenal. It's just AJ DePhillip's job to figure out how to use them all.
And again, we are at the half here. We've got about 4.5 minutes to go before the extra 3 minutes of a warm-up time. And again, Christian Ware and Warner Robins are just having a time there tonight. It's 28-27, Ware a 1-point lead over Warner Robins. They just took the lead back here late in the first half there. So that one going back and forth, and that one means a lot. Warner Robins wins, they're back in the playoff picture.
Yep.
Ware loses, they're going to have to go on the road. Ware wins, they're looking at a 2nd seed in the region. So a lot hanging on 2 quarters of football, both here and with Ware Warner Robins tonight.
Well, saying Wayne, the Yellow Jackets still in New Hampstead fighting for a playoff spot as well. So, I mean, everything in this region still up for grabs.
Again, we are at the half. We're coming right back. One more segment to go, and then we'll get you ready for half number 2. Chime in the chat. Let us know where you're listening tonight. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the Cadets here after that first half of football. This is the Bernard Williams halftime report on Watch BC Sports.
I'm Kenny Granger from Cash and Carry. We're a family-owned business right here in Savannah. We have sections of vehicles that really make it all simple. You'll get a printout of where the vehicle's at, the color of the vehicle. We really want them to be able to come in the yard and find out right where they need to be. The average savings would be at least 70, 80, could be even 90% compared to original manufactured parts. So you can come to a place like Cash and Carry and find the parts that you need at an extremely reasonable price. We'd love for you to come check us out.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
We are back here at the half. It is Perry and BC Cadets leading at 24-3 here in Perry, home of the State Fair, which just ended this week. And again, Cadets trying to have a fair-like atmosphere, celebrating with a region championship. You really hate when I stretch for the puns.
That was bad. That was like hamstring level stretch.
But again, Perry will get the ball here to start the second half. And again, BC's defense, front seven, has played well. As you kind of mentioned at pregame, hey, if Perry's going to attack, it's going to be quick hitches. They're going to attack BC on the corners. And they've done that and had some success. I think we'll probably see a lot of that early and say, hey, you can't get 21 points back in one play. But if we go 7-10, 7-10, we can move down the field pretty quickly and try to put some points on the board.
I think that's the way you got to approach it. You have to still be balanced and force BC to just play you straight up because, like we talked about, if you know that they're going to be throwing, BC can just tee off with pass rushers. So Perry's got to stay balanced. And I think they got a senior quarterback who can move in the pocket, really, really good arm. And they've got some weapons on the outside, just haven't been able to hit the big one yet. So I think Perry, come out, run your full offense here in the second half, and it's going to be up to BC to keep it hasn't been, like we talked about, it hasn't been these devastating plays for the Cadets. It's been, hey, we're being annoying enough to where we make you make a mistake and then you're off the field. If BC can keep that up, you're going to put them in a situation here pretty quickly here in the third quarter where they have to start slinging the football around, and that's where you can kind of break a game wide open.
Both teams are back out on the field, getting that 3-minute stretch period back in, and then it will be the Cadet defense on the field first. And again, I guess the first point of intrigue will be who's kicking off here for BC. They kind of handed it over to Parker Lewis last 2 or 3 kicks and had some success. And let's see if they stick with that. We're coming right back. We'll get you ready for the second half kick. This has been the Bernard Williams halftime report here on Watch BC Sports.
When it comes to blocking all the obstacles that life throws your way, let Bernard Williams and Auto Owners Insurance help you dodge the hits, analyze the playing field, and run the ball all the way home. We shield you so you can have peace of mind when it comes to auto, home, life, or business insurance. As one of the oldest and most respected independent insurance agencies in the Southeast, we know what it means to stand behind the people we protect head on. Trust in the power of the shield since 1934. For more information, go to thepoweroftheshield.com.
Welcome back here to Perry as we are just about done with the half. It'll be the Panthers getting the ball first here to start things off in the second half. They are down 24-3 to the Cadets. And again, you look around, this one moving a little bit quicker than what's happening with Warner Robins, but Ware winning by 1 point, 28-27 late in the half there against Warner Robins. So a 1-point ball game there. Wayne County beating New Hampstead at last check. So things getting interesting on a Friday night here in region play.
Yeah, you put up 55 points in a half. That's going to take a little bit longer to get through. So just really kind of a wild night all around the region. BC hoping to keep this one right where it is and get out of here with a win and a region title.
Certainly, as we got about a minute or so left here in this one. Don't forget, Christian, next week it's a Thursday night game out in Pooler for BC and New Hampstead. Cadets will wrap up the regular season. That'll be a Thursday night game. Also a little earlier kick than normal because it's a Thursday night game. So look forward to seeing some folks there for that one. If not, follow along on Watch BC Sports as the Cadets wrap up the regular season and get ready for the postseason. We just don't know against who or what seed they're going to be. You win tonight, you're going to be the number 1 seed.
Yeah, quick turnaround, and just logistically for us, I believe, because he has in the past, we will still be doing the Danny Britt show on Thursday at noon ahead of that one. But also, Kevin, you play on Thursday. The whole state, after the regular season ends, takes a week off. So you're going to have an extra day of rest before you start the playoffs there. So short week, but also an extra week of rest. And you don't want to say it. And, I'm not going to say it because we still have a half of football to play. So I'm not going to say it. I'm going to stop myself. I'm going to just keep the mojo.
Just tell me when we're done.
Right where it is. I'll tell everybody after the game what I was thinking there. But you got 24 minutes in front of you right here. You got to take care of business, and then that just opens up a world of possibilities for you.
Certainly the clock has expired here on the half. It will be Perry getting this football back. And again, Cadets kick coverage has done a much better job tonight. That was something Christian 6 weeks ago. It was looking like, I don't know if this is going to get turned around. And while they've had to adjust to, hey, we're not hitting the end zone every time, I think directional kicking has served the Cadets a little bit better here in recent weeks.
And it's not just where you're kicking it, it's how you're doing it. And Parker Lewis does a great job of really putting that ball up in the air and getting some good hang time on it. So just a really nice execution there. And you see BC's taking advantage of having these guys now for 10, 11 weeks and feel like they have some football players, not just soccer players who are playing football now. And you have a couple of guys that can go out there and do it. Just so happens so far tonight that you had to go a little bit to the backup there, but we're going to see what he's able to do. Again, Parker Lewis, captain of the soccer team. So not unfamiliar with big moments, and he's come out and executed really well.
So here's Parker Lewis. He will – what's the conversation you're having here at the – you look like you got a couple of administrators. Is that Jack Holland down there? I'm not sure what they're talking about. But you've got, looks like both administrators for both Perry and BC out there at midfield with the official. This is holding up the second half. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Christian's going to, I think, try to go find out what now they're going to go talk to Danny Britt here. And not really sure what they're talking about here. So I see Jack Holland down there on the phone. You got they're over on the far side. The head official is talking to Danny Britt. Jack Holland kind of taking a stroll back. He's still out in the middle of the field, so I'm really not sure what potentially is going on here. Christian has stepped to my right to try to find out what exactly is transpiring, but you have both athletic directors for both schools. Whatever they had to say to Danny Britt, I guess, is over. Here comes the lead official. And now they're going to continue a conversation out there. And not sure, Christian, were you able to find anything out?
They're about where we are.
So not real. I mean, you're not to any kind of running clock situation. Or is this what they're discussing? I mean, so Jack Holland is coming off the near sideline here with, or is that Jack Holland? It certainly looks like him.
New Hampstead official.
Mean Perry?
Or Perry, excuse me. Same colors.
Okay, wasn't sure what that was all about. He had the hat, kind of had the stroll like Jack does. Now they're back here near side. And not really sure what that was all about. So here's Parker Lewis to get us started here in the second half. So whatever that delay was, it looks like we're going to play football. A pooch kick. Oh, this almost very short. And it was knocked down. BC's going to fall on it. Did Jonathan Black get on it? BC's bench is acting like they got it. They got it. Who comes out of there with it? And what a great play. Christian, I think that was Klein Peter, who, when the ball hit the up back was going to
Yep.
catch it. He kind of jumped up in the air just to maybe be a distraction. And then he dropped the football, and Cadets there to fall on it.
Yeah, they've brought it back a little bit more each time. Started about the 15, and the last one was about the 30, and that's when they dropped on the 35. So that's big time stuff there from the Cadets, able to fall on it. And again, really, really nice coaching there from the special teams unit.
And again, no contact. You just kind of jumped up like you were going to make a play on it and ran on by, and the big man dropped the football. So here's the Cadets with a chance to deliver a gut punch here on their first drive. So here is the first down from the Perry 40. And I've got a big discussion going. I'm not sure what this is all about. There was no contact made with the guy trying to catch the ball. They did jump up to try to, wave a hand or something.
Well, the ball went plenty
far. It
far
went plenty
enough,
far,
yeah.
but I'm saying, but they didn't interfere with his ability
Yeah.
to catch it. And he dropped the football. And again, I think it was a guy like number 57 or something, 97, trying to catch the football.
And
he
it doesn't matter.
I
If you're
understand.
going to get the football.
Now they're talking over here on the near sideline.
Because with a punt, if a cadet touches the football first, it's just a dead ball and it's still the other team's ball. Kickoff's a live football.
So now we're having a discussion here.
The Perry coaching staff isn't doing their job if they're not arguing that it's their ball. So,
Yeah, I think not sure what you would argue.
I mean, you just anything. I mean, Kirby Smart said that he didn't call a timeout.
But BC's going to get it here first and 10. And now we're ready to go. They're from the Perry
and you
40.
wonder if BC take a shot here.
They got the flex bone. One receiver is Bubba Frazier, top of the formation. Here's Cannon under center. They'll give it into round, coming back inside. Oh, and stood up. They're going to lose a yard. Didn't see who that was that ended up with that carry. That was Cole Henderson. And he tried to cut it back inside and just got stood up. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and you line Josh Washington up on one side, Stanley Smart in the back, and Cole Henderson on the other side. You feel like everybody's going to think it's going to Josh Washington. You can counter back coming the other way. But that time, Perry did a really nice job of just staying right in their lanes and making a big play.
So 2nd down and 11. And they'll stack receivers here to the left. Put a man in motion. That's Henderson. Steven going to step. Oh, they got a man. Double move. That's got to be a hold. And that is overthrown Josh Washington. The flag comes flying in. And that was clear as day. I mean, Josh had his shoulder turned back towards the line of scrimmage on that hold. So that'll be a free first down here for
We'll see.
Benedictine, maybe.
You're behind the chain, so it might still be 2nd and 1. But either way, big pickup there. And that time you fake the bubble screen and you send two guys on a wheel route. Josh Washington just burns right by his guy. And, I mean, it's a smart play from the defensive back, just grab a hold of the jersey.
Kind of what we saw with JoJo in the first half. You got burnt like,
let's just say first down.
We're only going to give up so much yards.
They're going to call pass interference,
versus
not
a
holding.
touchdown,
So, first down.
Every once in a while I get it right, Christian.
Yeah, more than every once in a while. More often than not.
26-yard line is where BC will start here on first down. Here's the snap. They'll give it inside. This is Stanley. They'll run the reverse. Josh Washington trying to turn the corner. He does. 20 down to the 15, still on his feet, and it is knocked out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. I lost my phone. Christian with the recovery, and he'll take over 1st and 10.
A little fumble recovery there. I'm Johnny on the spot. But, yeah, they had one guy kind of waiting backside for Josh, and Josh Washington able to kind of navigate around him, and then it was nothing but green grass until the first down. I mean, just nightmare start. And everything you go in and talk about at halftime if you're the Perry coaches, and you just immediately give the football away on the kickoff, and just gut punch.
So here is the Cadets 1st and 10 here from the 12. They'll have a pistol look, man in motion. Here's Steven. He'll give it. This is Bubba, tail of that pistol. He cuts back inside. And Bubba, the ball came out as he was going down. And who's got it? Does Stanley Smart fall on it?
They're going to say BC fell on it. And honestly, that's fortunate for BC because Bubba was only down for about a 2-yard gain, and they're going to give him 5 extra yards. I think Bubba was down.
And give Stanley Smart credit for not giving up on that loose ball.
Yeah, everyone in the stadium except the people on the field saw that the ball was out, and Stanley Smart, second huge fumble recovery of the night for Stanley Smart.
So it'll be 2nd down and about 5 here for the Cadets. They are inside the 10-yard line of Perry here early in the third quarter. Stevens in a pistol look. He'll motion everybody in. They'll go flex bone. Under center, here's Cannon. He'll give it tail of it. It's Stanley Smart off the right side. He tried to work off tackle. Got in down there around the 5-yard line. It'll bring up third down at about 2.
And again, your young offensive line has seen something they really haven't seen this year, which is just a defensive line really slanting hard into different gaps. And so you can't block the guy who you think you're supposed to block because all of a sudden you have people crossing your face. So some of these little inside runs are really tough for this offensive line to get moving. But we've seen BC convert inside the 10 on third down before. Need to see it again.
So they'll stay in the pistol here. Twins to the left. They got Conaway to the left. Now they'll motion the back out. Steven on a drop, looking. Throws towards the pylon. That's got to be a hole. Boy, clear as day. Held Bubba's jersey. And that is egregious. I mean, Bubba went from a medium to an extra large, and they didn't call it. And it'll be fourth down.
I mean, you're so
we could see
down.
That way up here.
I mean, just a little double move, and he had Bubba's jersey stretched.
And that it will be fourth down, and Cadets going to have to kick a field goal. This will be Parker Lewis. Let's see where he sets it down, about the 12-yard line, so a 22-yarder here for Parker Lewis to make it 27-3. Cannon trying to get the spot set up. Here he goes to snap the kick, and it is up and good. So Parker Lewis drives it through. It'll be 27-3, 9:01 to go here in the third quarter. And we're coming right back. This is Cadet Football on Watch BC Sports.
Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at jvdattorney.com.
So the Cadets get a fumble on the opening second half kickoff. They drive it down inside the 10, get stalled out there. Parker Lewis covers the rest. It's 27-3, Christian Gokel, and Cadets do what they need to do is get a big play early, tack more points on, and now just continue to play defense here.
For Perry, though, that's really big. They're able to get BC off the field with a field goal. Still a glimmer if you're Perry.
Parker Lewis going to hang one up short again. They're going to let it bounce and hit off the ground. It's still loose. BC get it again. They did. And they are just, I think if you're Perry, you got to say you cannot let the ball bounce off the turf on these short kicks. And they're just watching it hit the turf. And that time the Cadets just ran right down there and were able to scoop it up.
I mean, Parker Lewis has been unbelievable. You can say all you want to about Perry having to actually make the play there, but it's been Parker Lewis hanging that football up there. That's just executed perfectly from 94. I mean, it's been a game changer here since he started kicking off.
So Cadets going to have it again at the 34-yard line. And let's see what they can do here. 1st and 10 from the Perry 34, and you can make a lot of living here if you're in positive territory all night.
And I'll say this, you want to run the clock out, but you've not really been able to run.
Here's Trips. Now they'll put Mallard over to the right out of a pistol here. Here's Cannon. He'll play action looking. Steven going to be moved to his right. Going to try to set his feet, still going, and just going to throw it away. And a flag comes in after the play. It can only be either Carlton Hall was locked up there. They both get off the ground holding against BC. And that'll back them up quite a ways.
I understand Steven trying to make a play there, but you're putting your offensive line in a really tough position.
And that'll back them up all the way to the 44-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20 here for BC. And let's see what you got in the bag on 1st and 20. Still in positive territory, but been kind of clunky at times here coming out of the locker room.
Yeah, and again, that time you had your reads, went all the way through the progression, nothing there. You just got to realize when a play's dead, get rid of it. And that time maybe held on to it a little bit long.
Here's the snap. Steven will keep it. Try now. He's going to circle back to his right looking, and he's going to throw it away again. And again, I think there's some reads he's not seeing here and ended up having to throw the football away. It's got him at 2nd and 20 here.
Well, and that one I think was just a busted play from the beginning. You had a underneath kind of jet sweep fake, and then you're trying to come back underneath to a running back, but everybody went the wrong way, and I think BC is going to have another penalty.
Yeah, they're going to back it up. So it's like they're trying to say, do you want to take the play?
Yeah. Do you want 2nd and 20 or 1st and 25?
Yeah, it's going to be 2nd.
Yeah.
They declined. That was
they said ineligible man
ineligible
downfield.
field.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 20 here for the Cadets. They've got Conaway back in the game at tight end, off to the left. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Empty backfield here for Cannon on 2nd and 20. Here's the snap. They'll give it on the end around. This is going to be Henderson. Oh, Cole
Ball's
took a pop
out.
and lost the ball. Was he down first? Apparently not. He took a lick there at the 42. I think BC's wanting to say he was down. Perry's run off the field. Oh, they're going to give it to Perry on the fumble. And that'll make it 1st and 10 from the Perry 42. So I know you're talking about holding on to the ball. Cole took a shot there at the 42.
I think he was probably down, but no replay in high school football. He got hammered from a linebacker, and that's what happens when you try to cut in on a jet sweep like that. But hammered by the linebacker. Literally, the ball popped out when he hit the ground. But either way, got to hold on to the football there. And now, if you needed that kind of momentum shift, Perry just got it. Now can they take advantage of it?
Here's Reed again. He's got bunch trips right off the tackle to the left. They'll run the little jet toss off to the side. BC reach it well, and LaDamian Guyton just collared him up after a gain of about 2.
It's like watching a lion jump on a gazelle. It's just violent.
And again, that's an old Auburn Gus Malzahn kind of play where you take it, shuffle to your left, and toss it to the back.
Official timeout. I think we got an injury.
And that's the running back there. That's going to be DeCorian Daniels, 6'5", 160-pound senior for Perry.
Yeah, and he's struggling just to make it off the field.
And he's kind of got that arm dangling. I don't know if one popped out of joint there. And he got slammed to the turf pretty good by LaDamian. And now he's going to go down to the ground. So as they tend to him, Christian will step aside. This is Cadet football as we have the injury timeout here on Watch BC Sports, presented by Cash and Carry.
Barnes Restaurant is celebrating 50 years of serving Savannah, offering these delicious, money-saving takeout specials.
20-piece hand-breaded chicken finger basket for only $19.75. 12 pieces fried or rotisserie chicken for only $19.75. And feed a large group quick with our 50-piece fried or rotisserie chicken for just $50.
Call ahead for faster service or order online at barnesrestaurant.com.
Welcome to Sandnat Golf Carts, where luxury meets quality. We offer a wide selection of top-notch custom golf carts to suit your every need. With our extensive inventory, you're sure to find the ride of your dreams. Plus, our flexible financing options make it easier than ever to drive one off the lot today. Whether you're cruising the neighborhood or joyriding with the family, Sandnat Golf Carts is here to provide exceptional service every step of the way. Visit us today to elevate your ride.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Welcome back here to Perry, and they are helping DeCorian Daniels off the field. And Christian, just the way they're kind of holding that upper body, he's got his left arm just kind of dangling. It's something to do probably up in that shoulder area. You don't want to speculate, but he is up and walking, but obviously in a lot of pain.
Yeah, hopefully just a stinger for that young man. He's played a really good game so far tonight.
So that will leave it to the backup running back, Cam Oliver. And here's again, he's got Oliver to his left here on 2nd and 8. They'll give it to Oliver straight ahead. Oh, he came hard charging in there. He's going to have a first down, moving the pile, still dragging cadets, still moving, still pushing, and he gets all the way down to the 40. And Christian, that was 8 yards of a rugby scrum on 2nd and 3rd effort.
I think it was more than that. It was about 14 yards after contact, and it was never a relief from the contact. He just kept his feet moving, and the line got behind him and started pushing him. BC unable to get him to the ground. Fresh legs for Perry, and now they're moving.
Here's a quick snap. They give it straight ahead to Oliver. He kind of trips over his own feet, had some help there from big Cam Cody, and he'll get a couple of yards there on first down, bring up 2nd down at about 7.
And Perry going quick, and the chain crew struggling to keep up with him.
Now they'll slow the pace a little bit. Got an offensive lineman kind of hobbled up there that's their left tackle, Josh Latson. Big offensive lineman, just a junior for them, so BC will see him again.
No, they got a good-looking team.
So here's again as Perry goes a pistol look. They'll motion two receivers and a tight end over to the left, so they got a quad set with a running back all to the left side. They'll throw the little bubble screen to the running back. It's going to be caught, makes a man miss. Larson Little gives chase and going to be knocked out of bounds. That's Mekhi Williams having to make the stop from the safety position over on the far sideline, but not before the Panthers pick up another first down.
Yeah, that's more of what I thought I was going to see tonight out of Perry. Just a little underneath route and really out formationing BC. Just overloaded that left side with guys, flipped it out to the running back. And that time Wyatt Esterbrook came flying down the alley, but you got to just break down and wrap up instead of trying to go for the giant hit.
So 1st and 10, they'll put two tight ends over to the left side. Here's the snap, kind of dug out, late give, and Cam Cody, you're not going to let go. And Cam Cody hit him, held on, and then who else but Larson Little there to clean it up. So Larson and Cam is going to put him behind the chains. Going to be, they got the down marker turned sideways. 2nd and 13 here for Perry.
Yeah, about 3-yard loss there, and Cam Cody just ate up the guard in the center and met the running back kind of at the mesh point. Really fortunate he held onto the football.
So they'll put twins up top. They're off the left hash, working left to right are the Panthers. And here's the snap again, looking. He'll flare it out. It's going to be caught
Wide
in the flat
open
by the running back, Oliver. He'll turn the corner out of bounds at the 20. And it will be 3rd down and about 3.
Again, just kind of out formationing BC, taking advantage of the flats. And it looks like JoJo Sutton's down for the Cadets.
And he's going to be, looks like he's cramping up there at about the 23-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 3 here for Benedictine. And JoJo's up, and he's going to walk slowly back to the sideline. Again, a cool night here in Perry.
I don't think the air conditioning is helping.
No, it isn't.
But, Kevin, the last few plays just go into that overloaded formation, and they come out one way, move it to the other side, and just have really been devastating BC in the flats there. But because of that first down stop from Cam Cody, they're still 4 yards away.
So you got Galen Houston now having to make the adjustments. 5:46 to go here in the 3rd.
Yeah, but a little bit less aggressive play calling for BC, and they're going to make Perry work this football all the way down the field. You just can't let a big play happen. Just got to keep working that clock.
Quick update, New Hampstead's beating Wayne 20-13. That's been a wild game between those two so far tonight. Here's 3rd and 3, the snap. They're going to give it to Oliver off the left side. He gets stuffed up, and second effort, he's going to have the first down. Ran out of the hold.
He's still not down.
He's still pushing, and now Cam Cody a little slow getting up. Cam Cody had him and just couldn't hold on, and they're going to move the chains.
And he said it. Cam got the contact, but the running back just kind of turtle shelled him off and moved him. And now they're going to go quick again, and Cam's not going to get off the field.
Cam Oliver
they
going to
caught
snap
BC
it straight ahead,
subbing.
and he gets stood up in the middle and shoved back maybe 2 yards on the gain. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 9-yard line.
And I think they're going to get BC for 12 men on the field. Because Cam Cody, like you said, came up slow. They tried to sub, but Perry went quick.
So Cam never got off the field, obviously. Illegal substitution against BC.
Yep.
So they're going to replay. They're going to give him the yardage and play first down. Yeah, I think Perry's going, no, give us first down back, and it'll be 1st and 5. Yeah, it's 1st and 5 from the 6. So after the illegal substitution, Perry's knocking on the door. It trips out to the left here, near the goal line. Boy, Cam Oliver, he's running hard, Christian.
Yeah, and Cam Cody out of the game. You wonder if they try to take advantage of that. Just run at Jameer Lee, who's new in the game.
And Oliver, just a 10th grader. They'll give him the football again. He plows ahead, still driving those legs, and BC going to shove him down at about the 4-yard line.
But,
so it'll be 2nd and 3.
It's second effort every time, and he falls forward.
And when he hits the hole, it's wide open. It is.
Up Perry, I'm doing that 3 more times.
They got somebody that I think you're going to see a little more of here in Perry. They'll shift a tight end, bring another one in tight to the left. Oliver to the right. They'll give it to him. He goes straight ahead, still driving, pushing. BC trying to turn him around. And Gavin Smith finally able to pull him down at the 1, but after they're going to say, well, the one official pulled him back.
3-yard line.
It's all the way back at the 3. I thought he got
everybody else kind of fell forward, but you had a BC player wrap around the backside and just kind of grab him. I think that is Larson.
So 3rd down and 2. I thought he got a little farther, but good spot here for the Cadets. 3rd down and 2, and I think you know who's getting it here, number 27.
Could be where you see a quarterback pull it out too.
Again, out of the shotgun, and they'll give it
Off
the left side. Yep. There he goes, and that was just power football into the back of the end zone. And there's a touchdown for Perry, and it's 27-9, point after upcoming.
Yeah, that time they go gut, and then they take you off tackle, and it was wide open for the touchdown. BC, a lot of hands on their hips right now in the end zone. That was a long drive for Perry. If there's any kind of silver lining in that one for BC, they took a lot of time getting the football in the end zone.
So here's the point after upcoming for Perry. It's going to be John Levy, their junior place kicker. And he kicks it up there, and it is good. 27-10, our score. Perry trims into the lead just a little bit. We're coming right back here on Watch BC Sports.
Cool Vibes Pizza and Wings is one of Savannah's most popular. Could be the New York style pizza, or the pasta, or sandwiches, or wings. Whatever you choose, Cool Vibes has their own unique style. Check them out at 4501 Montgomery Street, Savannah.
Welcome back here to Perry. Perry goes right down the field and puts one in the end zone. Cadets leading it by 17. Quick score, Warner Robins 27, Ware 31. So the Gators
fighting back,
hanging on as they get underway there in the second half. And again, a win here by BC. And if Ware were to win over Warner Robins, that means the Cadets are region champs and Ware County would be the number 2 seed. Here's the kickoff from Perry, left to right. It's going to drive up the right hash, and that's going to be deep into the end zone. Got used to seeing that with Connor Ferguson last year, and that young man, number 31, J.D. Arnett, does the punting for him, and got a big leg, shoved that one into the back of the end zone.
That's a weapon right there. If I'm him, I might be arguing, hey, maybe I kick a little bit too.
So the Cadets will get it on their own 20-yard line. Last couple of series looked a little clunky there for plays, I should say.
You get a field goal and have to end up punting or give up on a fumble. Yeah, give it up on a fumble, excuse me. But again, got to find some rhythm now. You got a lot of football left in this game.
Cadets will go under center. This is the flex bone look, one wide receiver, the snap. Cannon going to give it Josh Washington off the right side. He'll fall across the 20 to the 21. A 1-yard gain on first down to bring up second down and 9.
Yeah, you're counting on 3 or 4 yards there, but Perry just a really good tackling football team.
And been a struggle to stay on schedule, so to speak.
Again, you don't want to take your foot off the gas yet.
So second down and 9. Cannon will drop back in the shotgun. And he'll take the snap. Play action out in the flat. It is caught. This is Bubba Frazier dancing up the right sideline. Sticks the ball out. Hey, nice heads-up move there by Bubba Frazier. Stuck the ball out as he was going out of bounds to get it across the 30. And he'll call BC Brothers moving, and they will move the chains for a first down.
Yeah, just having that play in your back pocket where you can just have Bubba run a 5-yard stop route. Steven has the ball as soon as he turns around. Basically just handing it to Bubba and picking up the first down. That's big.
Here's the snap. Cannon on first down. They'll run the exact same play. Bubba's going to get it this time for about 6. And again, if you're going to play off, as a lot of people do on Bubba Frazier, just, hey, give me 5 yards, turn around, catch it.
And so now you're just trying to bait them into coming up into a press, and then somebody goes over the top. If you're Perry, you just got to be patient, be okay, giving them 5 yards at a time.
So second down and 5. BC will go back under center.
You got a safety in the middle of the field, though. You got Bubba one-on-one.
And they'll give it straight ahead. This is Stanley Smart. Look at him drag the pile forward. And he'll get out towards the 39, be about a yard short. It'll be third and call it a long one here, Christian.
Yeah, this might be the play of the game here for Perry.
And if your BC would be, you get this first down, you probably can burn up the rest of the quarter.
And if you're Perry, you just got to sell out to stop the run. 1 yard.
Cadets will go flex bone. You got Mallard as one of the wing backs. They'll put one in motion, come straight ahead with Stanley, and a flag comes in.
False start.
I don't know if Stanley had the first down. It would have been close, but now they got a little more room to work with, 5 yards back. It'll be 3rd and 6.
I'm just going to say BC Cadet moved a little quick.
I don't know that Stanley had the first down there. I know they blew it dead as he was kind of hitting the gap there. So the ball goes back to the 34. They need the 40. Here on 3rd down, that'll put BC in a shotgun, receivers either side. Looking, they'll throw it. Threw it behind Bubba. If Bubba catches that in stride, he's gone.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a miscommunication. He thought it was a stop route, but Bubba, same play they've been running, but Bubba cuts it to a slant, like you said, Kevin. If Steven hits him in the numbers, he's still running.
So a missed opportunity there, and the Cadets are going to have to punt the football. And this is right after your defense just was on the field for a long drive.
Yeah, you pick up the first down, which at least let them catch a little bit of a break.
So here's the snap to Cannon. Cannon going to get it off, and this was
straight up the chimney.
Straight up the elevator shaft. It hits and going to take a BC roll and touched up by the Cadets at the 49 of BC. So, Christian, that's about a 16-yard punt. That's with the roll. So Stevens had a couple of good ones, a couple of tough ones off the foot tonight.
You can't be lackadaisical about it. You got to go through your steps and hit it. I understand he's a quarterback, but the team is relying on you and giving you that position as punter. You got to be executing it just like you would an offensive play. And there's been a couple where he just kind of flung his foot at the ball and didn't execute. And that one just, like you said, straight up the elevator shaft.
Now, if your BC can't let them score before the quarter's over.
Yeah, this is big momentum stuff here.
And the big man in it, running back, Cam Oliver, has been running like a young man possessed here. He runs hard. Here's the snap. They'll play action off of that. And over the middle. Oh, laid out. He dropped the football. And Mackay Williams. And BC's got a man down.
It's Mackay again, but.
Mackay's back here. And see who was there in coverage. Shaken up.
Yeah, they're arguing. The fans are, and the Perry Silent are arguing for a targeting. But, I mean, it was a chest to his upper body. I mean, it's just a clean hit. Big hit, but clean hit.
Jojo Sutton down, and he took a shot from Mackay as well as the. And
we got a flag back here too, Kevin. It looks like they might get BC for a late hit on the quarterback.
And they're marking it off against the Cadets. So again, you got to play with that discipline.
I mean, Kevin,
that Danny Briggs talked about.
You come out of halftime 24-3, and I tell you, hey, you get 2 onside kicks. You've only been able to convert one of those into a field goal, and they've been able to score a touchdown. And now with about 2 minutes left, they're going down to try to cut this to a 2-score game. I mean, it's a really good team. You got to put this one away when you have the opportunities, and BC has left the door open.
So here is Reed Ginn. They move it all the way down to the BC 34. And Ginn has been leaning on Cam Oliver, that running back, but that time out of roughing the passer call. It's 1st and 10. Here's the snap. They'll give it to Oliver. He'll work right side, try to cut back in the hole, and big Cam Cody.
He's hard to tackle, though, man.
There to bring him down. And now some extracurricular there. That was Larson Little and somebody for Perry, and they're screaming for a flag, but I think there was as much as give as there was take there from both sides. And so it'll be 2nd down and about 9 after a gain of 1.
Listen, you get an offensive guard in the chest of a linebacker, they're not going to be overly kind to each other. So I think a good no call from the official. That's just football players being football players.
I think they're talking to both teams here at the line of scrimmage saying, hey, settle it down just a little bit.
We blow the whistle. That's it.
So here's Ginn. He'll put Oliver off to his left. Twin receivers out wide to the left as well. They'll give it to Oliver inside. Gavin Smith and Cam Cody. Gavin Smith got him by the waist. Cam Cody got him up top, and they hold him for a gain of 1. So adjustment made there. It'll be 3rd down, and Oliver's going to have to come out of the game. He lost his helmet.
And it looks like someone's down for the Cadets.
And let's see who that is. Is that Isaac Scott?
It looks like it. I think he had the whole pile land on him.
And so you hope Isaac's okay down there. That means Jameer Lee's going to have to come into the ball game. And it'll be 3rd down and 9. So while they attend to Isaac Scott, we'll step aside for a quick break here on Watch BC's. Well, they got him sitting up. Let's see if he's.
I think he just got kind of landed on.
Got the wind knocked
That's
out of
the
him.
hope. And the way they're kind of looking, yeah.
Yeah, they pulled him up with both arms. So
listen, you have 900 pounds to land on your chest.
You can say, give me a second.
Yeah, coach.
So Scott walking it off here. And it'll be a 3rd down and 9. So you got still, Isaac Scott to Jameer Lee, there's no drop off in terms of ability and size
and
there.
If anything, Isaac's a little bit better in the run game. Jameer a little bit more of a pass rusher, but still, in terms of size and physicality, very similar players.
So here it'll be 3rd and 9, empty look here for Perry. They got twin trips here to the right,
They've
twins
been going
up top.
Quick to the right on these.
Here's Ginn. He calls for the ball. He looks back to his left, throws in the slot.
Ooh,
And nicely played
by Larson.
By Larson Little. He almost jumped the route and played inside the receiver and no path to the football. It'll be 4th down. And obviously now if you're Perry, you got to go for this.
Yeah, you got to go for it. But really great just before the snap from Larson, lining up inside leverage, kept his leverage, and broke on the football. Really nice play from your inside linebacker against a skill player.
They're running the punt team on, but again, Christian, you got 49 seconds left in the or they're going to try a field goal. This would be a 51-yarder.
Well, I think it's the young man. That we saw do the kickoff, and he's got a heck of a leg.
Yeah, that's going to be J.D. Arnett, the junior kicker.
50.
A 50-yarder.
They got 3 seconds on the play clock.
Right down the middle of the field. That's a delay of game. The kick is up, and it is no good. Missed it anyway.
I mean, that if they hit that and they didn't throw the flag, that would have been a travesty because it was double zeros on the play clock, and they didn't throw a flag.
Kid had a lot of leg, but I think it landed off to the right. And it will be 1st and 10 for BC. So you got another opportunity. You got to put something together here, Christian. Get it to the 4th quarter. And, again, limit possessions here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and we talk about every week, Kevin, it feels like the reason high school coaches try those long field goals because it's basically a punt. So ball from the 20 for the cadets.
That's right. The rule is it just has to reach the end zone.
Yep.
So here's Cannon out of a shotgun, trips to the left. He'll take the snap with bubble screen to Bubba at the 20. Cuts outside the 25. Trying to stutter step, and a flag comes flying in on who?
They're going to call either a holding or a block in the back on Aaron Mallard. But, I mean, that was at the line of scrimmage.
And so this one will back the cadets up. You kind of saw a flag thrown at blank space.
Okay,
that's
so
why that's
block in the back. I mean, that's close.
That bubble screen was set up nicely.
Well, and listen, you're on the road. You're not anything that's close is not going to go your way. So you can't give them something close. And so if you're Aaron, you can't let a guy beat you to the inside where you then have to come around and clip him in the back. So
I run the same play again.
I mean, why not?
They're going to go twins either side. Empty backfield here for Stephen Cannon.
You've just been at 1st and 20 too many times.
Actually give him trips to the short side of the field. Here's the snap. Cannon looking. All kinds of time. Going to pump. Has to elude the rush. Throw over the middle and almost intercepted. It is intercepted. Coming back the other way up the left sideline and knocked out of bounds at the 5. And that time just too much time and try to throw back over the middle of the field. And it's kind of like basketball. Don't throw over the middle of the court. Football, don't throw back over the middle of the field.
He's trying to make a play, and you're playing a good defense. They're going to frustrate you, and they're going to take stuff away. But you had 1st down. There's no need to throw that football. That's just a bad play from your quarterback, and he's been trying to do too much all night, and now you're setting your defense up with a chance here to potentially get off the field. But, man.
And now it's 1st and goal from the 3. And I remember, Christian, we were talking about last drive, hey, just get it to the 4th quarter.
And they got their running quarterback in the football game.
Yeah, just get it to the 4th quarter without them scoring, and you still haven't been able to run that 2-3 minutes off.
They're going to line a backup quarterback out wide.
So here's Ginn. He's still in the shotgun. They'll go heavy to the left side of the formation. Here's the snap. They'll give it to Oliver off the left side. BC try to stand him up, and he is going to be down at the 1. And that might get us done. The flags come flying in. What do we have?
And it's going to be, I think, Larson Little extracurricular activity again.
And another flag comes flying in.
But I think it's going to be offsetting, I think, because I think you got one on BC and one on Perry.
So if this is down on the So if this is down, the clock should run. That could have been the end of the fourth quarter. Let's see what we have. Haven't seen the indication from. If this is offsetting, I think a lot of people are going to go nuts. Dead ball, personal foul against BC.
And there's no other offsetting.
And no other offsetting. So,
I mean, give them
really
half
doesn't
a yard.
change anything.
Yeah.
Should be automatic first down. That's about it.
Curious who the clock operator's cheering for, because it's supposed to be impartial.
So here's the snap again. They'll go ahead, and Oliver. I think Mackay turned him back.
Yeah, I don't think he got it.
He didn't get there. He was kind of leaning. You saw Mackay pull him back, and he came out of there with a football. Mackay is standing out at midfield with a football.
Say it's third down.
At any rate, that's the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, if anything, you stole a timeout from him right there by keeping him out of the end zone.
And now they're going to walk all the way down. They're going to go 99 and a quarter yards down to the other end. We go to the fourth quarter. Cadets holding on to a 17-point lead. This is Benedictine football presented by Cash and Carry.
As the world's largest lifestyle retailer of recreational boats and yachts, MarineMax is dedicated to connecting people with life-changing experiences on the water. More than just a boat retailer, MarineMax offers a complete range of services. 3518 Old Tybee Road, Thunderbolt, and online at marinemax.com.
Welcome back here to Perry as we get ready to go to the fourth. Cadets have hit a stall here offensively, and they are trying to hold up. We had a stand a couple of years ago there at Georgia State, Christian Gokel. Cadets could use another one here. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1, trying to keep Perry out of the end zone.
You got to imagine Perry's just going to hammer you 3 times in a row here if they have to.
Yeah, Oliver has been running hard, just a sophomore, but I got to imagine when they took this weight, that was probably back in the summer. He looks a little bigger than 190. Yeah. And when he gets it, he goes. I like the way he runs. It is straight downhill.
And it's been kind of a little bit of an attitude change since he came in. But, I mean, BC hasn't done anything to help themselves.
So this will be 2nd and goal. Ginn and Oliver in the backfield. They'll put Oliver to his left. Trips out to the left as well. Oliver to the left. And now they'll bring a tight in around. They'll keep it tight to that left side. Here's the snap. Oliver, he had a little trouble. A little trickeration. They pulled it out of Oliver's gut and threw it to the tight end who was wide open. Kind of a play out of BC's playbook. They did that a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a touchdown. And it's 27-16.
Yeah, we got a football game here in the fourth quarter.
And that play took 3 seconds. So pretty much the entire fourth quarter here in a 10-point ball game.
And again, you leave the door open against a good football team. Eventually, they're going to come barging through it.
So here's the point after for Perry. The kick is up, and it is right through there and good. 10-point ball game, as you said, with a lot of time to go. Christian Gokel, we're coming right back here on Watch BC Sports.
Want to make some extra cash just by sitting on your couch? At Cash and Carry in Savannah, Georgia, we buy any car, no matter the condition, and take it right off the road. Just visit the link, enter your car details, and get an instant offer. Cash and Carry, turning cars into cash without leaving your couch.
Well, Christian business, as they say, has picked up here in Perry. It's a 10-point ball game with basically the entire fourth quarter to go here. And a wake-up call maybe for the Cadets as things are getting squirrely here. Late in October, Halloween, Ghosts and Goblins right around the corner. Ware County's losing to Warner Robins right now. Wayne County might end up in the playoffs, and BC's trying to hang on here. A lot of crazy things happening here on a Friday night.
Yeah, championship-level programs like Perry, they got it in their DNA. They know how to win.
And this one going to be line drive into the end zone. So BC will take over 1st and 10 on their own 20. And Christian obviously it goes without saying, of the utmost importance. You got to have, even if you don't score, 4 or 5 minutes, hopefully burn off the clock here in a deliberate drive.
Yeah, you're back in the first quarter at 0-0. You're running your offense right here. There's you got to find something that's working. And Perry just kind of leaning on you now. You got to give your defense a break.
So here come the Cadets following the interception last time out.
And just take what they're giving you.
They'll put twins either side, and Stanley Smart will kind of offset pistol here with Cannon. Here's the snap. Steven floats it out. This is caught by Mallard up the left sideline, cuts back 30, and will be brought down at the sticks, but he calls up the BC brothers moving, and they're going to move the chains, and that's a first down, and that's how you want to start the drive here if you're the Cadets.
Yeah, and just get it to the guy who's the hot hand tonight, and that's Aaron Mallard, and just makes a couple guys miss, burns down the sideline, first down.
Again, the way he's played, I'm dialing up 13 again and again.
Yep.
So here's Cannon. They've got Griffin Ward in there at kind of the H-back. Sophomore, his first playing time. Here's the snap. They'll give it to Mallard on the end around this time. Aaron trying to find a hole. Lowers the boom.
Lost the ball.
And ball came out, and I think Perry just got the ball back again. Are they going to say he was down?
Nope, I think they're going to give it to him.
BC saying he's down. And now they give it to Perry. So what a turnover. There. And it will be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
And if you ever needed your defense to make a play, it's now.
And ball security, but the Panthers fired up here. And again, BC just hasn't been able to get anything going.
And Kevin, Bubba Frazier's running back to the locker room.
Looks to be okay, but wondering what's going on there. So 1st and 10 here for Perry. Cadets showing pressure. Here's the snap. Again, looking. Lots of pressure. There's big Cam Cody back at the 46. And a huge sack on first down will make it 2nd and 21. And big 55 just beat everybody through the line.
Yeah, him and Isaac Scott meeting at the quarterback, and that's a 10-yard loss. You needed it. You needed the defense to step up and carry the offense a little bit. That's a massive play.
Big-time players make big-time plays, and the Clemson commit just blew everybody away on the offensive line that time. 2nd and 21.
Got to take advantage.
They'll strong the formation here to the near side. They give it to Oliver, who busts inside and will be
he almost lost the ball.
Brought down at the 40-yard line. So give him a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 15.
Yeah, good little jump cut there, but he almost left the football at the line of scrimmage and able to hold on to his strong arms and good 5-yard gain. But now BC a big chance here.
And Larson Little with the tackle.
And they feel like now they're in field goal range, apparently. But you can't let them pick up anything else.
Here's where you need 55 or LaDamian Guyton, number 3 here to make a play. 3rd and 15, Twins way out.
Silly on the perimeter. You got Amari Burst at one of the corner spots, one of your leaders.
Here's Ginn, takes the snap, looking. Flushed out to his right, still looking. Houston giving chase. He's going to let it go. The ball is up and going to be caught at the 12-yard line and out of bounds. And that ball was up in the air for a minute and a half.
And just a great play by the wide receiver to come up and hold on to it. But, man, they missed a holding right up the middle.
And now Amari Burst is down on the far sideline. And he might be cramping up a little bit. So BC going deep in the cornerback bag. And he's not even on sides here. Now he gets onside.
And he comes off the field. I think BC might have 10.
Yeah, here's the snap, and they blew it dead. I think Amari was trying to tell the official, hey, I'm injured, I'm injured.
Danny Britt called a timeout.
So Danny Britt wanted a timeout. With 9:52 to go here in the 4th, it's 27-17. We're coming right back. This is Benedictine football presented by Cash and Carry here on Watch BC Sports.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
We are back here at Perry. It'll be 1st and goal for the Panthers from the BC 9. And again, now you need a big stop. You need another big push up front.
Again, you just Perry, it seems like they got 9 lives, keep coming back. You had them backed up 3rd and 15, and they just throw up a prayer, and the receiver makes a great play on the sideline. And I'm trying to see. I think is that Bubba up there at one of the corner spots? Yeah.
Yeah, so they got Bubba Frazier in at cornerback here. So 1st and goal. Perry's got twin receivers here to the wide side. Here's the snap. Again, digs a lot of low and tipped at the line of scrimmage. It's a Bubba interception. There goes Bubba, 20, 30. It's a foot race. You're not going to catch Bubba. And he's going to take it to the house all the way. What a backbreaker. Bubba Frazier. Touchdown. A one-handed interception breaks the back of the Panthers, and the Cadets extend the lead.
I mean, we called it. Bubba Frazier ran to the locker room. He's holding his oblique. The dude's hurt, but he comes in when you need him. And, Kevin, there's pink down there. I'm hoping that's the chains because that was an unbelievable play. Refs having a little conversation.
He undercut the route as well. What a play by Bubba Frazier and set that up. It was tipped at the line by Larson Little blowing through there.
The scoreboard operators still haven't put the 6 points up yet.
It was a false start against Perry. What a play by Bubba Frazier. The ball was tipped, so it's a free ball. He comes up.
How does he get there? He was lined up on the far hash by the pylon, and he ends up in the middle of the field. I mean, that's your 4-star making a play.
And he caught it with one arm and then took off 90 yards to the house.
I mean, all the momentum was in Perry's back pocket, and Bubba Frazier steps on the field and makes a play. And you try not to play these guys both ways, but when you're in a game like this where it's all coming down, all the chips are on the table, you need your best players on the field, and, man, did he make a play that BC fans are going to be talking about for a long, long time.
There's the point after Parker Lewis. It's up, and it's good. 34-17, BC extends that lead on a 5-star play by the 5-star wide receiver, Bubba Frazier. On defense, by the way.
Yeah, touchdown on offense, touchdown on defense. You put the ball in Ford's hands. I mean, that's just – it seems like it's 6 every time.
And that was a momentum stealer, Christian Gokel. Yeah, it took 15 seconds for Bubba to run all that way, but you stole all the momentum right there with that big interception.
Well, here's the question. Who's going to play corner now? Because, I mean, I feel like that dude needs some oxygen. Can Amari get back out there? And has JoJo hopefully been able to get some hydration and get rid of the cramps?
And we'll talk to Danny Britt about that decision to put Bubba on defense.
Oh, I think that's a very easy decision.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, but he hadn't played there all game, so at just that particular moment, hey, it's 1st and goal. We need Bubba on defense, and then the very next play, he makes a huge interception.
Jameer Lee, to give credit, who got there, got his hand on the football.
I just saw one of the linebackers came flying in. I thought it might have been Larson.
No, either way, I mean, Larson, Jameer, but they got pressure in the quarterback's face and just very disciplined, getting the hands up. That was huge.
So here's Parker Lewis. I think I can say enough about how great of a play that was by
I mean, I can't wait to go watch it again.
They'll pooch it up in the air, and it's going to come down and be caught at the 27.
I got tackled.
BC's got to make a play here, and then stuck and dropped out at the 37-yard line. That's where Perry will take over 1st and 10 with about 9:19 to go here in the ball game. And if you're the defense, you got to be fired up here.
Fired up, but still, Perry's been able to move the football on you. Got to come out and play discipline, trying to look who's playing that other corner spot, and it's still Bubba.
So Bubba will stay in the game. It's him and Jonathan Black.
Makai's back in at one of the safety spots. So you got Makai, White, Estabrook, Jonathan Black, and then Bubba Frazier in your secondary.
And just kind of how the way things turn out, I think Bubba comes in the game because Omari goes down with that cramp on the sideline, so you had to call the timeout to have enough guys on the field, and Bubba comes in and makes a play. So here's Ginn looking to snap the throw, and he is wrapped up in the pocket and brought down. That is the big man, LaDamian Guyton, with the big sack, and Ginn had nowhere to go. That pocket just
we talked about
closed down.
Yeah, when you get to a point in the game where BC knows that you're going to have to throw the football, you can put the push per unit and just call those pass rushes, and BC collapsed the pocket there.
2nd down and 15. Cadets with a 4-man rush. They'll motion the back out of the backfield. Ginn looking. He'll swing it out in the flat. That is going to be caught by Oliver, and he'll go out of bounds ahead of Jonathan Black and Larson Little working that way, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Rasheed Jackson in the game as well did a great job staying in coverage on the back end there, but nice job by Larson and Jonathan Black just corralling the running back. Nothing deep. They throw the ball underneath, and now you bring up another big third down. Last time, ran a go route down the sideline and got you one-on-one.
And this time the one-on-one matchup is Bubba Frazier.
Yeah, you got Jonathan Black at the bottom, but you got Wyatt Estherbrook kind of shading over the top.
3rd and 13. Here's again. Takes a snap. Looking back to the near side, flushed out to his right. Still looking, throws underneath. It's going to be caught, and Bubba didn't miss that tackle. Drove him out of bounds about the 40, and it'll be 4th down and 9. And I'm guessing Perry's going to have to go for this.
I mean, the way your defense has been playing, though, you're at least considering the punt.
But you're starting to run out of ticks here to get 3 scores.
I mean, this got to feel like for the region title.
4th down and 9 here for Perry. They'll put twins out here to the wide side. One receiver top of the formation. Oliver to the left again, who takes a snap. Looking.
Cam Cody.
And Cody Isaacs got in there. Damian Guyton, Jameer Lee, everybody meet at the quarterback. And a huge sack. And that'll turn it over to Benedictine here with 8:01 to go in the ball game. And that was a 4 guys, 4 wins on the defensive front that time.
And it started with Cam Cody just caving everything in, and then the rest of the Justice League got there and were able to kind of seal that one up. But
is that the new nickname for those guys?
Yeah, why not? But it's just when you got 55 in there, it really becomes tough. But I don't think either offensive line has done a great job tonight in obvious passing situations. Just 2 really good defensive fronts.
So here's Cannon with an empty backfield. Trips out to the right, twins to the left. They'll put a man in motion. This is Washington. They'll give it to Josh here, working right side, trying to get the returning as a 30, 25, and leans over a man at the 20 and pushed out of bounds. That'll be enough for BC Brothers to move those chains.
They're taking a gander.
I thought I saw the official say move it. So BC Brothers moving. 1st down. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the Perry 21. So this is where you get one of those Mike Tyson uppercuts here if you put one in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be just about it. But now BC just taking their time.
Yeah, every second that ticks off is so huge. So Stephen Cannon. I've trips up top. Got a tight end to the left as well as Smart, who they'll push over to the right side. They'll motion Mallard across the formation, give to Stanley, and nobody won a battle up front. And get out of there, Stephen. Stephen was trying to play tush push. You don't want to do that this late in the ball game.
And you lose 2 on that play? I mean, that's surprising. I thought he got back to the line of scrimmage at least. But, again, just nothing up the middle tonight from Perry. But I think BC, okay to let that clock just roll right now.
Nothing else. You can try a field goal here. Even if you don't make it, you're going to burn up another minute and a half getting to that point. Cadets will go under center out of the flex look. One receiver is Karan Hall here to the short side. Here's the snap. They'll give it inside. This is going to be Josh Washington. Great tackle there by Jaden Coleman, the senior strong safety who came down and got Josh Washington, ran the alley, but Josh got back to the 20. There's 3rd and 9.
And they've run that same wingback give multiple times, and it's been one guy making the tackle. That's just really, really good defense from Perry because he doesn't make that tackle. Josh Washington's in the end zone.
Cadets trying to change personnel here on 3rd and 9. 4 wide receivers set here for the Cadets, and they'll move Cole Henderson off to the left. And now they'll check back. And so Cole will have trips up there. He'll make trips for Stephen Cannon. Here's the snap. The give. This is Smart straight ahead inside the 20, and he'll get dropped down at the 17-yard line. It'll be 4th down, and I think the Cadets will let this run down. They got 40 seconds. That'll get us inside 5 minutes. Maybe call timeout and kick the field goal, or just they're going to trot the field goal unit out.
Yeah, I think that time offense kind of setting up Parker where he wants it.
And this will be out of the hold of Thomas Brennan, Christian. They've taken Cannon. I think he's been cramping up a little bit, according to what some of the coaches have said. And
Thomas Brennan, the 3rd string quarterback, excuse me.
Yeah.
Amari Burst out.
So Thomas Brennan hold. This will be a 35-yarder. Nicely dug out. Parker Lewis.
Let's go, baby.
Is good. And give credit to Brennan on the hold.
No, they're saying no good.
Oh, he missed it? Oh, he missed it. Brennan had to dig that one off the turf.
Yeah, I don't know where that one missed.
So
we got a
no
bad angle
good.
up here, though.
We are way up here. I had a brick wall in my way, honestly. So 34-17. Just inside 5 minutes to go. And again, I think if you're Galen Houston, keep getting those first four, just get after it.
Yep. Again, obvious passing situations here with less than 5 minutes to go. They need 2 scores.
Christian, this is the benefit of having 4 top-notch guys up front. Is you can afford to just send 4 and play coverage in the back end.
Yeah, and you can't let anything get behind you here.
They'll put twins to the wide side as they work off the left hash. Perry working right to left here inside 5 minutes in the ball game. Here's the snap. Again, looking over the middle, has a man, and great coverage that time. Houston and Rasheem Jackson hit him as soon as he caught it at the 25. So,
yeah, and the quarterback takes another hit.
So all that for a 5-yard gain. That'll keep the clock rolling.
Yeah, BC just sitting in soft zone coverage, just kind of pulling the string once they see where the football's going.
Cadets not lined up. Here's the snap again. He's going to throw it underneath to Oliver. Nicely read by the Cadets, and there's Larson Little to shove him out of bounds at the 27. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 here. Clock stops there. And if you're BC, Christian, right now, you'll trade 3 yards for 20 seconds all
100%.
night long. Here's the snap. They'll give it to Oliver inside. Cadets going to stalemate it at the line of scrimmage. And there's 10 hats on the football. And now they blow the whistle dead. And so it's going to be 4th and 3. One more stop here, and you feel pretty good about the Cadets.
Everyone in the world thinks that's going to be a pass, but you stay disciplined and you stop the run right there. That's a great job by that front seven. Rasheem Jackson, your 3rd linebacker, comes in, makes a big play right there as well. I mean, great stuff from this defense in the 4th quarter.
Warner Robinson Ware, 34-34.
Aye.
That one has been a wild one. Here's Ginn looking, and Cam Cody, Isaac Scott. Oh, just drive him into the turf. And that's how you win it on 4th down. So give those guys a lot of credit. They have continued to get after it up front. And 3:44 to go here in this one. Cadets that far away from a region championship. It's on the 20-yard line going in. And now you just burn the seconds away.
Yeah, Kevin, you have played far from your best game. This has been very clunky offensively. You've given up some big plays on defense. Far from your best game, but still big-time players making big plays. You're up 17. And now trying to just work this clock.
They'll go wing T here with 3:44 to go in the ball game. Cannon will go under center. Trying to change the protection here a little bit. And he'll take the snap. They'll go straight ahead, and that is
goodness
going to be Stanley
They're
Smart.
Popping pads out there, man.
And now we're losing helmets. Flag comes flying in.
Flag on BC.
And Stanley Smart, I think he's saying, hey, somebody grab me. You got a player with Perry lost a helmet. And let's see who this is on. Is that a BC player down? Looks like an offensive lineman going to be slow getting up. Oh, looks like maybe a cramp on the offensive line. That's Carlton Hall. And he's grabbing at the leg like it's a cramp. So
personal foul on Perry.
So this will give BC a 1st down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they're telling Carlton to lay back. Let us stretch this sucker out.
And again, a 1st down and chance to burn up some more time. And you are 339 away from a region championship. And again,
get up, big fella.
A game that you lost the momentum.
Yeah.
And then you hate to cliche it, but it happened. Big-time players make a big-time play in a big-time moment. And again, Bubba's not in the game if Omari doesn't go down with a cramp and you call timeout and put him in, and the next play you get a 90-yard interception.
I don't know how he got back there because a minute before that we were watching him run to the locker room. So I don't know if he was switching cleats or had to go to the bathroom. But, I mean, Bubba Frazier covered about 2 miles there.
So it'll be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for Benedictine. And so Cadets will stay in that wing T. And again, with inside 4 minutes, Perry can only stop it 2 more times. They'll toss it. Josh Washington leans down to the 5, still pushing. Josh spinning, touchdown. Great extra effort there by Josh Washington. He goes 9 yards in for the touchdown, and there's your exclamation point. It's 40-17, Benedictine.
I mean, Josh Washington, it's just so hard to get him on the ground when he has the football in his hands. And tonight, seeing him out of that toss sweep, just a new wrinkle for the Cadets, and it's paid dividends. He's might be outside of Bubba Frazier, your best ball carrier. Find ways to get him the football.
And here's Parker Lewis for the point after out of the hold of Thomas Brennan. And that would make it 41-17 with 3.5. The kick is up, and that one is right through there. 41-17, our score. We're coming right back here on Watch BC Sports.
Plan your hunting getaway and escape to experience the beauty of Mossy Pond. Our diverse property right here in Pierce County allows you to enjoy various types of hunts, including plantation-style quail, hog, pheasant, and flooded timber-style duck hunts, all within 24 hours. At the center of it all, experience scenic, rustic, beautiful, and inviting amenities like luxury lodging, our first-class pro shop, fine dining, and the perfect event space. Book now and see why Mossy Pond Lodge is Georgia's premier hunting paradise.
Welcome back here to Perry. Getting late here in the fourth quarter. Christian Gokel, as it's 41-17, that far away from a region championship. And how far these Cadets have come, you think all the way back to the disappointment at Colquitt. You lose by a field goal literally in the final second. Just absolutely stomping at the hands of Buford, which no shame in that. But
right.
At that point, you're going, got to find some things that work here. And they had committed a bunch of personal fouls first couple of weeks to where we are now. And again, be able to fight through adversity. It hasn't been the best offensive second half. And you let Perry crawl back in it. And this one's going to trickle into the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 24, Perry. But you've been able to fight back. Your big-time players made some plays to bail you out, both up front with Cam Cody, LaDamian Guyton with a big sack, and then, of course, the big interception return by Bubba Frazier. And it's been that kind of night here for Benedictine where you had to lean on your star players.
Yeah, and the reasons, we talk about it a million times, the reasons you play Camden in a scrimmage, you play Colquitt to start the season, you invite Buford down is for games like this, so you know you've been battle-tested before. You've been on the road at Ware County and come out with a win in that one. It's going to be hostile. The calls aren't going to go your way. It's the way it goes. Can you go out and execute on the next play? And it hasn't always been the case tonight for BC, but when it counts, like you said, the big players made plays.
Here's Ginn looking to pass, steps up in the pocket. He'll run away and slide at the 22, trying to get away from Jameer Lee, and it'll be 2nd down and 8.
A good chase there by Gavin Smith. And BC's very comfortable trading 2-yard rushes for about 20 seconds each time.
So here is Ginn. They'll run out of a shotgun again. Perry kind of still back to deliberate here. Ginn will throw near side, and right as the throw comes, great defense there. The ball knocked away, and that is that Bubba? That was Bubba Frazier over there knocking the ball loose. And he has had himself a night. Not as big on the offensive end. Christian had that first touchdown, been kind of quiet offensively since then, but since he's come in and had to play defense, has made that impact. So 3rd down and 7 here for Perry. Clock is stopped at 2:53 to go here in the ball game. Again, Ware and Warner Robbins tied up late in that one, so a lot still trying to be decided here in region play. Here's again with a snap on 3rd down. Looking, going to throw over the middle. It is intercepted. Bubba Frazier got another one. And he just jumped the route and picked it off. And the Notre Dame commit is having himself a 4th quarter here, Christian Gokel, with 2:48 to go.
Yeah, I mean, he better be careful. They're going to make him play every snap. I mean, he's an athlete, and it just feels like the more snaps he's gotten tonight at that corner spot, the more comfortable he's gotten. And that time breaking on it, there's got to be somewhere else to throw the football, right? Can't keep throwing it at 4.
And we'll be chatting with Danny Britt coming up after this one. Coach of the soon-to-be region champs here in 2025. And he'll say, hey, the work is not done. We got a lot of things to fix, a lot of things to work on. So here is Benedictine. They'll work out of the pistol. They got everyone in tight off the right. They'll give it. This is Smart off the right side. Stanley cuts inside, and I don't know if he made it back to the 30. They're going to say he lost it back to the 31. And the clock, though, continues to roll towards 2.5.
Yeah, I don't think Perry's going to spend any timeouts here. Stanley a little bit hobbled.
You're surprised at all the cramps here in this one? I know it's been a physical football game.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a cramp. I think that might be ankle rolled up a little bit. But yes and no, those sudden changes, as much as there's been tonight, can cause them. And good to see Carlton Hall back out there.
Cadets are going to go 4 wide with Stanley Smart to the right of Stephen Cannon. They got to get a snap. Here's the snap. They give it to Josh Washington. Oh,
Damn,
and Josh Washington took a pop, and that's that same young man, Jaden Coleman, running the alley from a strong safety spot, and Josh got sent backwards about 4 feet.
Yeah, I don't know how he held on to the football. That was a great job.
That'll bring up 3rd and about 14. And there's Stanley kind of cramping up, trying to get stretched. But again, I think BC is like, just keep the clock rolling. If we have to give it back to you, then so be it.
I think BC going to go back, watch this tape, and say, hey, we got a lot of stuff to work on running the football.
It was not smooth tonight. So 1:20 to go here in this one. Cannon going to let that play clock run down. They'll snap it, give it to Stanley Smart. Stanley trying to turn the corner, and he'll get maybe back to the line of scrimmage off the right side. And
about 30 seconds.
They haven't started the play clock. Yep, if the Cadets just keep this on 4th down and give it back to Perry, it'll be with about 30 seconds left in the game. I think they just hold on to the football and take a knee. And there'll be maybe 20 seconds left in the game-ish.
George Stephen just pooch punt it.
Are they going to take a delay a game? I think they may just let this run all the way down, take a 5-yard penalty. As I haven't seen a timeout call, and Danny Britt standing away from the official. I think they're going to take a delay here. And they do. They'll back it up 5 yards. Again, we'll chat with Danny Britt on the Attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll name our Cool Vibes Pizza Player of the Game. A lot to digest, no pun intended, in this one. It'll be 4th down and about 20 after they respot the football. And again, if you're BC here, I don't know why you even mess with punting the football. Just take a knee and get off the field and not risk something crazy happening. They got Thomas Brennan coming in to punt the football. And I mean, this is a rep, but again, I feel like you don't want anything crazy.
You're going to get another
to happen.
delay because BC didn't call a timeout. And now they do.
Now they did.
I mean, that was just 40 seconds of play clock after the penalty, and you treated it like a timeout.
So 21 seconds. And again, I don't know if I'm even messing with this. I would just take a knee and give him the ball back. And my guess is Perry would probably take a knee themselves and end the ball game. And if you want to make sure a few more seconds tick off, hey, take the snap, run back about 10 yards and fall down.
Yeah,
burn up a couple of seconds and just give them the ball back.
Too much time and too much of a difference between the score right now.
So they got the punt unit. You could always show punt and snap it to Larson Little and just say, Larson, fall down. Let's see what they do. Here's the snap. Oh, see, that's what you worry about. And now Thomas Brennan kicks it around, and he's going to be running back at the 40, and he'll get tackled back at the BC 45. And now there's 12 seconds left.
About to say, if nothing else,
that's what you were worried about.
You wasted about 10 seconds.
That's what I would worry about.
Well, listen, when you're used to snapping to Steven, and then all of a sudden you're snapping to Thomas Brennan, there's about
I understand that
8 inches of difference.
But that's you take that out of effect if you just say, hey, snap it. And
I mean, even if they score a touchdown there, still down 17.
I understand that. That's
I
all the more reason.
I don't think there was an incorrect call there. You could have just turned around, ran it, and punted it in the back of the end zone for a safety, and it still would have been the right call.
Ware County's up 41-34 over Warner Robins. So if that holds, they would be the 2 seed, BC the number 1, and Perry going to be the 3 seed. Here's the give to Oliver straight ahead. And that will be, they didn't even have the chain set correctly. That will be the final play of the ball game. If you look, they had the chains going the wrong way. But the Cadets, Christian, our region champs, as the clock's hit 0, and they win it 41-17. Tonight here over Perry. A clunky second half. I'm sure a lot to work on here for BC in the coming week, but you're region champs. You're going to have a home playoff game or two there at Memorial Stadium, and bottom line is you put up more points tonight.
Yeah, they're the region champs, but, man, they chose an adventurous way to get there in this one, but either way, whether it's by 1 point or 30 points, is excited to come out region champs and guarantee yourself at least a couple of home playoff games. So that's so massive after last year and the way that this one kind of flipped the season on its head. So, again, it was not pretty for the most part, and you had to fight through some adversity and really a huge momentum swing there in the third quarter, but huge players making huge plays, and you come out on top.
So the Cadets handshaking all around. They'll go sing the alma mater, then gather around Coach Britt as region champs here in 2025. Ware up late over Warner Robins. Look like they're going to be the 2 seed. Perry would then fall into the 3 seed. And we're still waiting to see what happened with Wayne and New Hempstead tonight. But Benedictine, region champs, the attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show comes your way next, right here on Watch BC Sports.
Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at jvdattorney.com.
Plan your hunting getaway and escape to experience the beauty of Mossy Pond. Our diverse property right here in Pierce County allows you to enjoy various types of hunts, including plantation-style quail, hog, pheasant, and flooded timber-style duck hunts, all within 24 hours. At the center of it all, experience scenic, rustic, beautiful, and inviting amenities like luxury lodging, our first-class pro shop, fine dining, and the perfect event space. Book now and see why Mossy Pond Lodge is Georgia's premier hunting paradise.
I'm Kenny Granger from Cash and Carry. We're a family-owned business right here in Savannah. We have sections of vehicles that really make it all simple. You'll get a printout of where the vehicle's at, the color of the vehicle. We really want them to be able to come in the yard and find out right where they need to be. The average savings would be at least 70, 80, could be even 90% compared to original manufactured parts. So you can come to a place like Cash and Carry and find the parts that you need at an extremely reasonable price. We'd love for you to come check us out.
Here we are, the attorney Jonathan Dunn post-game show. Kevin Thomas, he's Christian Gokel. Glad you're with us here on Watch BC Sports. We got Danny Britt will join us coming up here in just a little bit. He's got a little ways to walk to get up here right now, addressing the team after a region championship winning performance tonight in Perry. And Christian, I would say first half, things were good. I think if we get the evaluation from Coach Britt, he'll say, we did some things. That's one of his favorite things. Hey, we did some things, some good things. And I think third quarter and into the fourth quarter, you didn't do those things. Really clunky offensively. Again, you had back-to-back kind of onside kicks you recovered and got 3 points out of it, turned the ball over in one of them, and allowed a good team up off the mat. Now, they didn't get all the way back up. Bubba Frazier made sure of that. But,
brother, they were there.
But they were there knocking on the door.
Up.
You were within a whisker of it being a 3-point ball game potentially there at that point in the ball game. And who knows, if it gets down to 3, this stadium is about to fall apart. The fans are going crazy. But big-time players make big-time plays and big-time moments. And tonight that was 4, that was 55, it was 3, and they got the job done.
Yeah, and the pantheon of just amazing plays that are going to just be iconic in the history of BC football that we're going to be talking about 10, 15 years from now, that Bubba Frazier interception return for a touchdown is going to be among them. And for moments like that, you need stakes. And we talk about what we had coming into tonight where if you lose this game, there's a very good chance that Perry is fighting Ware next week for the region title, and you're kind of locked into a 3 seed just based off of tiebreakers. So you come in with that knowledge, and then during the game, you come out with a 21-point lead to start the half, and then all of a sudden you blink, and they're at your 5-yard line with a chance to cut it to a 3-score game or a 3-point game, and then all of a sudden you get a tip ball, and I don't know how this happens, but great players find their way around it, and Bubba Frazier certainly won. It just falls right into Bubba Frazier's hands, and that's just the last person on earth you want catching the football if you're Perry, and he turns that one in. So just the stakes, the moment, the way the momentum had completely shifted for him to come up with that play and take it back. Again, you're going to be talking about that one forever.
Certainly. And again, that leads us right in because I believe Christian's going to go the same place with our Cool Vibes Pizza player of the game. He had a touchdown early to start things off. And again, sometimes to be player of the game, I think Aaron Mallard was making a run, but you make the play that kind of stems the tide and puts you back in front. A one-armed interception that goes 90 the other way for a touchdown to go on top of your other touchdown. So an offensive and defensive touchdown. I mean, it has to be Bubba Frazier, right?
It is, and it's just right before Bubba's interception, Aaron had put the football on the ground and just another turnover for the Cadets. And he had an unbelievable game, especially in the first half. He was your offense, and you're not where you are in this game without that performance in the first half. But when you needed somebody to step up, Bubba Frazier goes both ways. And, yeah, it wasn't super flashy offensively for him tonight, but he's the guy you go to when it's third down in the red zone. He catches the first touchdown of the game. And then when the offense was stalling out in the second half, you just run some comebacks to him, and you get the offense clicking a little bit and moving, and you can play field position. So he was your stalwart on offense. And then defensively, he gets the tip ball for the interception return and then seals the game with a pick on another defensive series. So, I mean, 2 interceptions, some big tackles that we saw from him, the touchdown on offense, and some big catches. And also throwing a 43-yard kickoff return to set your offense up in plus territory. So I don't know how you go any other way besides number 4.
Yeah, Bubba Frazier had a marquee night tonight that wins the region championship for BC. That puts them, you check the box, for in the playoffs, region champs, hosting a playoff game. You're going to host at least 2. If you win the first round, I think number 1, you would automatically get that second round. And again, so huge. And nobody more excited. Well, maybe after the Danny Britt and the coaching staff than Christian and I. But those long road trips to Atlanta every week. You say, as a fan, you say, hey, it's 2025. Do those road trips really are they that big of a deal? We do things for kids and high school football and all levels of sports. It gets tiresome going on the road for basically it ends up being all day because you leave at 9-10 o'clock, you drive halfway there, you stretch, you go eat, you stretch, you do a pregame walkthrough, you get to, I mean, it is an all-day affair to go play a football game, and you do that 3-4 weeks in a row. And had they won last year against Blessed Trinity, they would have had to do it again the very next week. And it's just one of those things where you get in that routine, and it's not the same as, hey guys, in 10 minutes we're going to drive a mile and a half down the road and go play. So I think so huge what they were able to lock in tonight here with this win against a good Perry team. And Perry showed you, man, that, hey, they're going to be a number 3 seed. That's going to be a tough out.
Oh, my goodness.
Again, they punched Ware around a bunch last week, and that was a dogfight. It was a dogfight here. And again, it's just indicative of what you're going to see in the playoffs. And you cannot afford to let a team feel like they're still in the football game, and BC did that, and it almost cost them in a big way.
Yeah, there's a lot of lessons learned in that football game, and that's one of them is you got to slam the door on a really good team like Perry. But you talk about it, somebody had to be the 3 seed, and it came down to when you lay the schedule out, if all things are even, BC had to play their 2 toughest region games on the road this year, heading out to Ware to play the first region game, and then coming up here to Perry for your second to last region game and to seal a region title. So the fact that you're able to do that is massive. And again, it's the reason you go play at Colquitt to start the season. And I'll say this, Kevin, I know some people waiting to hear from Danny Britt. Coach is heading up here now, but I just watched him spend 5 minutes on the sideline picking up trash and helping clean up on the sideline. So trying to leave that in a better situation when they got here. You talk about how do you get your team to quit committing personal foul penalties, to quit putting the football on the ground. It starts with little things, and it starts with leadership, and that starts at the top. And that was a pretty cool scene to see Danny Britt down there by himself picking up trash on the sideline.
Yeah, so Coach making his way up here. We will chat to Coach Britt here on the Attorney Jonathan Dunn post-game show. We might have to give him a chance to catch his breath to get up here in the press box, but he will join us when we come back. Cadets a winner tonight over Perry. They are region champs. They'll be at home in the playoffs as the number 1 seed out of this very tough region. And Coach will join us when we come back. This is the Attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show here on Watch BC Sports.
I'm Kenny Granger from Cash and Carry. We're a family-owned business right here in Savannah. We have sections of vehicles that really make it all simple. You'll get a printout of where the vehicle's at, the color of the vehicle. We really want them to be able to come in the yard and find out right where they need to be. The average savings would be at least 70, 80, could be even 90% compared to original manufactured parts. So you can come to a place like Cash and Carry and find the parts that you need at an extremely reasonable price. We'd love for you to come check us out.
Bowtie Barbecue Company at 6724 Waters Avenue in Savannah serves up barbecue both familiar and new, made by hand and made with love. Family friendly and relaxed, Bowtie takes great pride in the by hand preparation of high quality beef ribs, smoked chicken, pork spare ribs, and more. Come join the Bowtie family. Ask about our food truck and catering too. Bowtie Barbecue Company, Southern charm naturally. Look for them online at bowtiebbq.com.
Welcome back here to the Attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show. Cadets a winner tonight here in Perry. And Coach, they just had the state fair closed. Just kind of a circus there in the second half. Talk about what you were seeing there on the sidelines. Had a big lead and kind of let Perry get back into it.
Yeah, we gotta do a better job. Have a killer instinct right there. We got the ball to start the second half, and you should have just put it away right there. And, I believe it would have, but we allowed them to keep fighting. To their credit, they kept fighting and fighting and fighting. And, but we gotta do a better job of that, when the time comes. But we'll look at it. We'll work on it. But just still proud of the guys. And, in the end, big time players make big time plays, and that's what happened.
Coach, we were talking about this, one of those plays that I think time situation, they were within 5 yards of making it a 3-point ball game. And the previous play, Amari goes down, pulling his hamstring. You have to call a timeout. So Bubba wasn't even going to be on the field. He then has to go in because of the injury, and the very next play takes it for a touchdown. Kind of one of those serendipitous things where it's like he wasn't supposed to be out there. It ended up he was, and then ended up changing the tide of the game.
Yeah, it did. Definitely that kind of ended it right there, really, if you think about it. But, no, he wasn't, because JoJo had started the game. He ended up going down. Amari went down right there. And then, Bubba hadn't repped at corner in like 2 months. I mean, seriously, he hadn't repped, but, he's Bubba Frazier. So we put him in there. And of course, that's what happened. And he made a big time play, and there you go.
Yeah. One-armed interception and away he goes. And Coach, we say it's cliche, but it's cliche for a reason. Big time players make big time plays. And you look no further than 4:55. I mean, those guys were everywhere for you tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Cam continuously got pressure, did a good job of clogging up the inside there. I thought Damian got, a lot of pressure back there for sure. And then, Bubba did a lot of different things for us. They did a great job up front against our offense, and we just really were struggling to get anything going, there. Aaron Mallard made a couple of really good plays. Was the other pass to Josh? Who scored? I can't remember.
Aaron scored 2.
Oh, Aaron scored 2. So the other one was Aaron too as well. Okay, awesome. But anyway, yeah, I mean, we'll go back and look and go back to work on it. But very proud, and we come and win the region and win by 24. So that's awesome.
And Coach, just speak to that. Where first half things were looking good. I guess give them credit in the second half. Your offense kind of clunky and never really felt like Steven didn't feel like he was comfortable back there in the pocket in the second half, and just really couldn't get anything going.
Very much so. And I don't know exactly, we'll look at it and we'll go to work to fix it. But yeah, we got the ball right there. It could have been just, man, you go put them away, but we just could not move the ball offensively at the time. So, we'll figure it out. Not sure exactly what it was.
Coach, talk about the change there. You go to Parker for the wasn't onside kick, I guess, but you change them to the kickoffs, and you get 2 kind of fortuitous bounces right back to back there. Right. What'd you see in the kick coverage there to allow y'all to pull that off?
Well, the truth is John hurt his back on the first kick. So, he just couldn't get anything on it. So we went to Parker, and which Parker actually usually does the 2 kicks a little better anyway. So, but we just had seen they hadn't fielded it, but I was assuming, they would have worked on it a little more, but they just would not fair catch that thing. So I don't know what. So we were going to keep doing it until they moved everybody up so much we just kicked it over their head.
Coach, obviously this checks off the box. As you said, hey, we want to be region champs. And after last year, hey, you never take playoffs for granted. Say if you're in the playoffs, you go compete. But at least for the first couple of rounds, at least, you got one at home at least. And, man, what a difference it makes not having to plan out a day to go play a football game, much less potentially looking at having to do it 4 or 5 times.
Right. It is huge. And they know that. We've talked about that all year, as being a goal and, trying to take things one game at a time or practice at a time, but definitely this goal. And to be honest with you, that the track that we are now on with that one spot is not only home games, but a whole different path, a much better path, I guess. I'm not saying an easy path. I'm saying a much better path.
Right.
So, this was very important to get this.
And again, region champs here in 2025. Coach, congratulations.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the bus ride back, and we'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you. Go Cadets.
Coach Danny Britt joining us here. We'll come back for one more segment as the Cadets region champs coming back here on the Attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show.
Criminal defense, family law, child custody, DUI, and divorce. When so much is on the line, you need expert legal representation. The one to call is Savannah's own Jonathan V. Dunn, PC, attorney at law. Voted the Thomson Reuters super lawyer consecutively since 2023 and an Avo top attorney rating of 9.7. You can count on Jonathan V. Dunn to leave no stone unturned to deliver the justice you seek. Contact 912-200-9352 or online at JVD Attorney.
Welcome to Sandnat Golf Carts, where luxury meets quality. We offer a wide selection of top-notch custom golf carts to suit your every need. With our extensive inventory, you're sure to find the ride of your dreams. Plus, our flexible financing options make it easier than ever to drive one off the lot today. Whether you're cruising the neighborhood or joyriding with the family, Sandnat Golf Carts is here to provide exceptional service every step of the way. Visit us today to elevate your ride.
BC Brothers Moving is Savannah's most trusted moving service. From residential to commercial to packing supplies, BC Brothers does it all. Let BC Brothers' energetic, trustworthy team wrap it, pack it, and move it for you. Check out BC Brothers online at bcbrothersmoving.com or give them a like on Facebook.
Welcome back, Attorney Jonathan Dunn postgame show. Christian, you just heard from Coach Danny Britt, and we'll hear from Coach Britt a little bit more on Thursday with you at Bowtie Barbecue. Reminder, final game of the regular season is next Thursday against New Hampstead as well.
Big Thursday coming up and a chance to wrap up the regular season in Savannah. So a chance to come out. If you can't, we'll have the broadcast for you here on Watch BC Sports. And it's a double serving of Watch BC Sports because we'll have the Danny Britt show, and then a few hours later we'll have the call of New Hampstead and BC. Chance to wrap up and continue in on a winning streak into the playoffs.
And that will be out at Pooler Stadium, a little bit earlier kickoff because of the Thursday night there as well. Just one final score update. Ware's gone up 10 late in that ball game against Warner Robins, so it looks like it'll be BC Ware 1-2 in region play. So a big game tonight for the Cadets. They are region champs. We appreciate you tuning in as always, and stay locked in. Subscribe to us so you know when we go live each and every time for games, for the coaches show, and what have you. Anything regarding BC, hit subscribe, and we'd love to have you enjoy the ride with us. And we'll see you next time on Watch BC.